on the Free Idea podcast here with Ebony Sampy. Is that right? Is that how I pronounce it?
You can pronounce it that way. If you pronounce it the right way, I guess it's Sampay. If you pronounce it where it's from, but Sampy is fine too.
Ah, okay. Sampy. No, I mind because Damian Setien and many people always call me Damian Satan, like the devil. It's like,
Oh
come on.
wow, right.
This
Well, I
what
call
it
you the
is.
man. The
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, I like that. That sounds fun. Just funny.
Yeah.
Because Damien, Damian, you ever saw that movie, the 666 Devil movie, where there's like kid, the devil
I have
takes out a
not.
baby? No,
No. But what
it's a,
happens on the movie?
it's a weird movie that everybody, when I was little, there was this fighter whose name was Damian 666, like a luchador
Hmm.
in
Hmm.
Mexico. And I think that came from a movie where there's like a little kid who is pretty much the son of the devil, and his name is Damian.
Hmm.
And the way that he gets to be the son of the devil is very strange. But in the movie, it's like a woman is pregnant and the devil kills the baby that's inside and then puts his baby like in a very weird way. Not like actually, he just like literally grabs it with a hand and then tosses it and then puts his baby with a hand. Something like that.
I'm gonna have to look this up. I see it says 6 the Devil's Child.
Yeah, is that it?
Yeah, I just put it on Google. But it came out in 2012, so I was probably what, like 18 when it came out.
Oh,
Um,
that's really cool.
but I want to watch that. Not that I like to watch things like that, but that's kind of interesting. Not like like I want to watch it, like, but I want to watch it for. I want to just see what it's about. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're
And
into horror movie?
not really, because I don't be thinking movies are scary, to be honest. But like one of my favorite movies, and I don't know if this is a good favorite movie because it's based off of like true events, but I really like the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
No.
Have you seen it before?
I've never
Okay,
seen like
it
shorts of it though.
okay. Well, they started making like remakes of it in like ones, twos, and threes, so they kind of get like more and more cheesier. But the original one that came out, I think, came out in like 19. It came in 1990 something or something. But it's about some real events that actually happened in Texas. It's about this boy that he lives in a basement his whole life, and he's really like his parents just raised him to be a butcher, but then he gets out of the basement and he actually like kills people, but he wears like this mask. So it's kind of like I think it's intriguing because it's such a true. It's not. They say the movie is not identical to how things happen, but it depicts true events, which I don't know. I just like it because I think I like to watch things that's based on true stories anyway. So anything based on the true story catches my eye.
Do is that part real where he wore the skin of someone on his face or is just
Yeah, no, I mean supposedly they said. Now, I don't know if the movie just made him look sick like that, but I think you like in real life, he never showed his face in real life.
no.
Like
I
it was a
think
thing. I think he stitched the skin onto his skin, like his face.
that reminds me, there was a guy, I think it was also Texas, a guy who they found his house and he had like a lamp made out of human skin and then the sofa was made of human skin.
Mm-mm.
It was some guy with bad mental health, like some discapacity, but he did something. I don't remember what it was. And then the police went to his home and then found all that stuff.
Mm.
And I think that guy, a lot of movies were based on that guy's life.
You're not talking about Jeffrey Dahmer, are you?
I saw the show. It's pretty good.
Wait, you're not talking about Jeffrey Dahmer?
No, no, no.
Okay.
Let me look it up. It was like a Texas guy with a lamp of
Hmm.
skin.
I think I'm gonna watch Texas Chainsaw Massacre today, though. Let's see, Texas horror movie
I think
about
so.
what's
His
it
name
called?
is Ed Game. The skin suit wearing serial killer who inspired Psycho's Norman Bates. So that's the guy that I think they went to his house and he had stuff, furniture made out of skin.
Let me see. You said Ed like Gein?
Like Ed, like ED.
And then what's the last name?
Gein.
Okay, yeah, you did come up. But you said it's movies based off it? Off of it? Off him?
I think that's like where they
Oh yeah,
movies.
they got a movie on Netflix or a show called Mustard on Netflix that I guess is supposed to be about him.
Really?
Oh yeah. It came out in 2022. It's called Mustard on Netflix and it says the Ed Gein story. I'm gonna have to watch that too.
Julian's gonna love that. She's into all
You know
this
my
horror
psychology
criminal.
my psychology brain be into stuff like that too because I just be I always feel like people like that, even though it becomes proven that they had some type of mental illness, I just really think that nobody who's able to do stuff to that capacity to another human being just did it because. Like I just really think that a lot of them suffer from like a sick a mental illness that just never got addressed. It's like even a Texas Chainsaw guy. It's like, what did y'all not excuse his behavior, but what did you expect when you raise a kid in the basement and you raise him to be a butcher and then you find like he finally gets out? Like, what did you really expect would come out of that? Like, nothing good is going to come out of that, in my opinion.
Right. You meant like Jeffrey Dahmer? Like his father was teaching him how to
Yes, like stuff like that, and that's like crazy. It's so crazy. It was in real life a few years ago, maybe not even a few years ago, maybe like last year in 2024, if not 2023. It was some school shooting this boy had did. And come to find out, they were saying that the dad for Christmas had bought him a gun. And it's like, why would you do that? And then come to find out, the school year prior to that, he had already been being looked at for, I guess, school threats before. So he was allowed to go back to school the next year. He had that reputation. And then you as a father gonna buy him a gun for Christmas.
Yeah.
It's like, it's just certain things that it sucks. Cause then I feel like people like that sometimes it's mental illness, people raising other people to become mental illness. Like mental ill. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that makes sense too much. Yeah. For the father to do that. Like
Exactly.
that.
They ended up charging both of them though. At the day.
Well, I'm remembering there was like this famous case of two brothers who killed their parents. And then anything about it
Yes.
other than the
Yes, I watched that in California, right?
was it the twins or the something Menendez brothers? It was famous for a while.
Yes, they wasn't twin. They weren't twins, but I originally started watching the show that was about them, like on Netflix. So they have two things on Netflix. They actually have a documentary, and then they have like I guess a show that just depicts what happened. But I watched it. That was crazy, and I suppose the dad was raping the boys, and the mom was yeah. It was like a lot. But the way that they went in and killed their parents, I was like, that is crazy.
Yeah. Imagine your own kid.
Yeah, right. Even when you treat I would pray that when God gives me kids, I don't. Well, now I know I'm not gonna treat my kids like that to make them feel like I
No.
like
Not
don't you
normal.
need to like shoot me? But it was like the way that they said it happened was they were literally just watching TV and eating popcorn, and the kids just came in there. And the type of guns, I forgot what kind of guns it was, but they said like his brain matter, the dad's brain matter was literally on the back of the wall.
Probably a shotgun.
Yes, it's like
Something
wow,
like
that's
that.
crazy. Oh my god.
I'm
All
not so sure.
yeah.
Good.
No, but I was gonna say all because you just I don't know, like I just feel like some people just undeserve kids.
Yep, it's a shotgun. I was searching on it. They both of them used the shotgun.
Oh, it is a shotgun?
Yeah, that's what it would do. Just blow everything off. Damn.
Yeah.
Do you watch a lot of like shows like that, like about crime or criminals?
I'm not gonna say I watch a lot of them, but I watch I watch Jeffrey Dahmer. I watch that one that we talking about with the brothers. I can't say like that's something I just sit and watch, but if I come across one on Netflix, I will probably hit it. I just don't like watching stuff like that at nighttime, especially if it's like a cold case or they never caught the killer. Stuff like that, I don't like to watch because
No.
I'd be kind of scared. But I do like watching true crimes like that. That's based off of true stories.
There's something I don't know why, but like my wife was watching shows like that too. It's like a running joke that women are into that for some reason. But then I saw a psychologist who has an opinion that you might not like. But he
What?
said,
You said psychologist or sociologist?
no, a psychologist. I think I don't know if it's a psychology, but it's like something running on the internet that says if someone if someone is watching shows that are violent, like about criminals or like all these horror shows,
Hmm.
and you use that to relax you, then it means that you had a troublesome childhood, and you're looking for that familiar chaos in a TV show.
You know what? I'm
Great.
actually not gonna argue with that because I can now I'm not gonna say that I'm like, oh yeah, I 100% agree, but I can kind of see why that theory is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Now, like I said, I don't casually just watch them, but I think I would like to watch shows like that because of what I study. Like then that I study sociology, but it's pretty much the same as psychology, but sociology just studies like more so why a group of people act like that versus psychology studies just one individual. So I more so study like why a certain race acts like that, or why a certain person or group of people from lower class act like this versus high class. So but anyway, my mind makes me want to watch shows like that because I'm trying to tap into like the killer's mind, like not like on some sick stuff, but just trying to understand like what could you have been thinking at the time that you did this, you know? But I
Yeah.
can kind of see like I don't know, like I can see that correlation. I can somewhat see the correlation, but I also kind of don't completely agree with it because I think sometimes depending on who the person is, you try to be the opposite of your trauma. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
Hmm.
like saying that some people who grew up in an abusive household and watched their dad beat their mom, you got probably like a certain percentage who endured that might grow up to be women beaters, and then you got the percent who endured that as well, and they like, oh, I'm not gonna be nothing like my dad. You know what I'm saying? So I just think it's like it just depends on the person, but maybe that's a ideal version of somebody that if you find, I guess that as a relaxation for you, maybe you're not filled in that area of trauma. You know?
Yeah, I get you. I just like to throw that question around because it's just funny.
Yeah.
Whenever like somebody tells me they watch crime shows or something, I just like to throw that in. I'm just
Yeah,
very
I'm not like I'm definitely not gonna it's like I'm 50-50. I ain't gonna say 50-50, but I'm not gonna say oh like that doesn't sound right. But I'm not gonna say like, oh, that's completely right. It's like I can kind of see both sides of it. You get what I'm saying?
right. Okay, well, let me stay on the topic of serial killers. This one famous test, but it's not even. I don't even know if it's a test or not. It's more like a riddle to know if you can think like a sociopath. Uh, Hopefully, you
Um,
haven't seen it because then it would ruin the answer. But
I I
you
haven't
probably
seen it.
have. Ah, okay. Let me ask you this and see if you can solve the riddle. So it's
Okay.
like this man who attends. There's like a funeral going on, and this man falls in love with a woman during this funeral, and but he doesn't get her information, how to contact her later or anything like that. The funeral is over and everything. He wants to see her again. Damn, I don't know if I'm giving you the answer, but eventually that woman just goes on and lives with her life and everything else. So the man who fall in love with that woman eventually finds out who the sister is, and that man killed the sister.
He killed his sister.
Yeah, he killed his sister, and then the answer is like, can you guess why he killed the sister?
Wait, he killed the sister of the girl who
That she,
that he actually wanted to like get the that he didn't get the contact information from.
yeah,
So he never met the girl. He never was able to get in contact with her.
no, he wasn't. Somehow he figured out who the sister was, though.
Wow, and he killed the sister.
Yeah, and I'm butchering the story. It really doesn't go like that. Am I giving some more hints or less hints? But take a guess.
He kills the sister of
It's like I'm thinking that if he knows the sister, then it would be easy for him to know where the other sister is or something like that. But to get the
Thank you.
contact info.
I don't know. That's a good question. I would say maybe he killed the sister. I don't know. I don't have an answer because all I can think is there got to be a mental illness, a psychopath. type of mindset because not like even talking about him, but something there was some type of trigger that to me I can't identify. Like, but it made sense to him. And it could be I think about rejection, even though he never actually got the contact information to be rejected. Or
Yeah.
maybe I don't know. Like I don't know. What's the answer?
So, like the fact that you can't answer it according to the question is a good. If you're able to answer it accurately, then it means that you think like a sociopath, which then means probably you are one. So I guess props to you.
Have you ever interviewed or question like asked this question to somebody and they answered it?
No, no,
Okay.
I don't think nobody ever answers it right. I only asked it to you so far. I've seen people online, like they usually share this story and people usually don't get it right either. But the answer is he killed the sister so that he could meet the woman again at the funeral.
What? That's crazy. You know what's crazy? I just would have never thought that deep. It makes so much sense now that you said what you just said, but I wasn't even thinking about what happens after he killed her. Like I was just thinking, did the sister say something about the other sister? Like
Right.
I was, it was just like now it makes sense. Wow,
I
that's
guess
a
it makes sense on a crazy mind.
yes. That's so wow,
I guess
wow.
if he had met the sister, it would have made more sense to just go through her Facebook or something and then
Right.
look
She
by
went to
last
the
name.
extent of killing her sister so that like wow, you could attend the sister's wedding so that you could see the sister. But then it's just like people just don't think that deep. Cause then even if you got her contact information and y'all started dating, like you don't think that they searching for a killer and then she falls in love with the like that's crazy.
No, it is
Wow.
crazy, and I don't even know how real it is or accurate it is. Of a question to detective, somebody's like sociopath tendencies, but that one brain teaser, kind of riddle, sort of.
You know what's crazy? I watched a show. I'm trying to think of it as you were saying it because it was like a show came online that I watched, but it had to do with. Dang, I want to know that show that I watched. Let me try to Google it. But I watched the show and it was kind of in that same bracket. Basically, this guy was dating this girl, and now they were actually dating, but it was like a cop show, and the lady was a cop, and it was like I guess it was filmed from her present day, but they kept reflecting, going back to the past. And in the past, you could tell that her dad, he must have worked for the precinct as well. Like he must have been a chief officer or something. And he was killed years before. So I guess like she was still being a detective, but she was still overworking herself trying to figure out who killed her dad. She used to date this guy a long time ago as well when her dad was alive. Her dad, she ends up she's like she hasn't dated since her dad died. So all her friends was like, girl, you need to date, you need to be on these dating apps, you need to date. So she eventually like takes her friend's offer up and she gets on the dating app. She comes across her ex that was a lot like that she was dating when her dad was alive. So she's like, was reaching out to friends, like, do you think that I should talk to him, et cetera, et cetera? And they like, I don't know, like, you don't have that issue with y'all, et cetera, et cetera. Long story short, she ends up reaching out to him, and the guy like denies the request on the dating app, and then she just started investigating, like, she's just investigating, like, why would he do that, et cetera, et cetera. Come to fast forward, she ends up locating the address for, I guess, what was him or his daughter, and I don't know, like it became this whole thing where basically he was hiding out. And he made it seem like he was hiding out because he knew what happened with her dad, but he couldn't stomach telling her. So she was just like, why couldn't you tell me that? Long story short, towards the end of the movie or the show, because I think it was a show, like an episode show, that she was listening to something and she ended up finding out. They ended up back talking, basically. They ended up back reconnecting and back dating. So they like things were good. And then she ended up hearing like a voicemail or something on his phone or something. Like somebody called him and she heard the voicemail recording or something, and basically comes out that he killed the dad. And so he killed the dad, but he said like, "Oh, I had no choice. This is what he made me do, et cetera, blah blah blah." But it's like when you made me when even though it's not the same, it's different because he did it, I guess, really out of self defense. But it made me think about that story. You know, because it's like crazy how you killed her dad, you used to date her, and then y'all don't talk no more. Now y'all back talking, and then she find like it's crazy. You know?
That is crazy. So in the show, basically, the best friend kills the dad and then dates the daughter.
No, the no the no the okay. The dad is dead. The daughter of the father who's dead, she used to date this guy. They ended up reconnected, and that same guy is the same guy that killed her dad.
Oh, okay.
But she found out like one day they were like laying in the bed and he was in the shower and like they were doing like their little morning thing. He got up to shower, she got up, she put on her clothes, and then I think somebody called him and like left a voicemail or they text him, and she picked up his phone, and then she read it, and then she was like, "Oh my god!" Like I think he was coming out the restroom at the time that she was reading it, and she dropped the phone, and he was like, I can explain, blah blah," and then he just started explaining it. But it's more so to find out that that's why he disappeared that whole time. Like he literally disappeared. Like like he just vanished when they was together. He just vanished, and he made it seem like, oh, I can't be in contact with you, et cetera, et cetera. But come to find out, I guess he just never had the stomach to tell her like I killed your dad, because she was also like,
So he
I
knew,
guess, huh?
he knew all this time. He knew all this time that she was the daughter.
No, he knew this whole yes, he knew the whole time. Like he knew who had killed him, and then he was going along with it. Like when she was when they reconnected and she was still trying to find the killer, he was literally going along with it, like trying to act like he was trying to find the killer, but meanwhile he is the killer. It's not frightful. Yeah.
That's like that person that got lost in the fort. True story. This person got lost, and then they sent a rescue team to find the person. And then they found the person, but nobody knew that. Nobody knew that they found the person they were looking for. So that the lost quote unquote person actually joined the scavenger hunt in
Hmm.
searching for the lost person. So essentially, that person was looking for himself or herself. I don't
What?
even know who it was, but it's so funny
What? That's insane.
story. But they ended up looking for themselves. Dang. And how did we get here? To this horror stories.
Because
Great
you
criminals.
mentioned that horror story,
Yeah. I don't know what
and now you got me wanting to watch Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Chainsaw Massacre. I only watched the new one, but not all the way.
The new one is not that good because just like anything, I feel like they remake, it just becomes so cheesy. Like even like Transformers and Bad Boys and Fast and Furious. It's like now it's some movies are just like the first is just good enough.
Yeah. Yeah, especially the new ones. I was watching, somebody said that movies back in the day, like in the 90s, used to tell a story or like unfold a story. But nowadays, movies try to unfold an experience. Or I don't know if it was an experience or an event. Oh, an event. They try to unfold an event.
Versus in the past, they used to do it.
Yeah, because in the past, and it rings true because in the past, there's movies that they really last, that like they're very slow paced, and it's usually like about a mystery or
Hmm.
a situation or something, some like step by step process of what one person goes through, like denial and then anger and negotiation, like that type of story. Versus now, where it's more like towards an event like Endgame, where the whole story is more based like the final battle or killing the big boss, finding the biggest drug dealer. Like it's usually an event versus a story, which is interesting.
Right, which to be because I don't really watch TV that much no more. I spend a lot of time watching like YouTube and stuff and listening to podcasts. But when I do watch TV, it's probably something old that I watch. Like I go back and watch something from the past or something. Just like I'm like, oh, I want to watch Texas Chainsaw Massacre because these movies nowadays just they don't be that good to me. You know?
They hit different. Did you ever see the One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest?
Uh, nuh Say it again.
That's the perfect example of a story. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
No.
It's about I mean, you might like it. It's very slow paced, but it's about a guy who goes into a psych ward with a bunch of other people in there. The entire movie, you're wondering if this guy's actually crazy or just faking it. But he's
Oh,
actually
and
having a
it
good
came
time.
out in 1975. Oh, it has really good ratings too.
It's really, really good. Really slow pace, but it's a beautiful story because he starts like engaging with the other people there who have issues mentally, and he does some positive things, but also some negative things, and it's like up to you to judge if what he did was good or not.
I'm gonna definitely watch it because I might actually watch this over Texas Chainsaw Massacre because it's something new. You know, I only watch old movies repeatedly because, like I said, I just don't be satisfied with the current movie, so I just go watch things that I know I like. But with this being 1975, I definitely think I might like this because Texas Chainsaw Massacre came out in 1974.
Wow, I didn't know.
Yeah, yeah.
How about the Green Mile? Did we check that one out?
The Green Mile. That sounds familiar.
That one's so good.
Green Mile.
Yeah, that's very.
Yep, never seen that either. Wow,
Yeah.
3 hours.
Yeah, this one is about
Oh, it's what they got from Forrest Gump.
yeah, there's a main.
I love that movie, Forrest Gump.
They they get an inmate, right? I mean, an inmate that is like super strong, buffed, and tall, and everybody's scared of him. But he's the opposite of dangerous. He's just helping in the prison. Unfortunately, he's being sentenced to death at the same time for I don't even know if it was a crime he didn't commit or I think it was like something like that.
Ah, I'm gonna have to check that out too.
And it's more like the
Hey,
story
I'm
of
adding all
prison.
these movies to my list because you actually have good movie and show recommendations.
These ones are so good. This one's actually like, they're so good. The Green Mile, Over the Cuckoo's Nest. It's more like a story, right? It's trying to tell you a story of prisoners back in the day, how things were maybe a little corrupt or not really judged properly.
And it came out in 1999 too.
Yeah. And and the other one is trying to tell you like what was going on in psych wards, how they were seen as.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna be watching. I'm gonna watch and then I'm gonna give you now. I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably gonna start the show before I watch Green Mile just because Green Mile is so long. I have to prepare myself to watch 3 hours of a movie straight.
Yes.
But I am gonna start the series.
Go for it, and
Oh
you're not gonna
no,
regret it.
over One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. That's a movie too, actually.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so what's the show? Oh, the show is the Gene. How you say his name? Gene.
Hmm? Oh, it
Yes, that's the one that's the show. The
the
other two
monster.
considered yes, the other two are actually movies.
Oh, they're so good. I'm thinking there's another one, but I can't remember. It was one about with Leonardo DiCaprio where he's trying to figure out a case in an island, and it's called like Shutter Island or something like that. Let me look it up. Yep, it is Shutter Island.
You actually watch movies like this, Daniel? Like how do you have
It's good.
it be you or it be your wife that be picking these movies?
These ones, I think it'd be me because I watch the Joe Rogan and they recommend these movies usually. Like when as they
Or like when you watch one movie, you
yeah, like Cocos Over One Nest, like that one they kept mentioning it and then I gave it a try. And it's actually really good. And then Shutter Island, if you're into psychology, is gonna be so good for you because it's a guy trying to decipher a crime in an island and he's trying to be stopped, but I can't tell you the ending because the ending really makes it worth it.
okay.
But he's going a little
Add
crazy.
this to my list too.
Yeah. I got three incredible movies to watch.
No,
If anybody
sure.
here who's listening to the podcast, watching it with three, you can go wrong. But I'd say the most intense and fun one to decipher is Shutter Island out of the three. Green Mile is like very good if you want like your feelings to hit. And then the one over, yeah, the other one about the flow over the cuckoo list is more if you have the time. Because that one, like you say, I think it's 3 hours. Slow pace.
The Green Mile is the
Green Mile. And the other one is just like, it's a story. If you want to just be taken for a ride for a story, that's slow pace, but very not peculiar for the times. 1975. You
no
can,
for sure. Because Green Mile came out in 1999. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest came out in 1975, and Shutter Island came out in 2000.
Mm.
Was Shutter Island in the movies?
What?
Was the Shutter Island in the movies? Like, did it come out in theaters?
Yeah, yeah,
I feel like
that is it.
I would say it looks familiar. Like it, yeah.
Yeah, it's a movie. So it should have. The only one that apparently didn't come out in theaters was one called Idiocracy. You have to have watched that one. Idiocracy.
Nope,
Or
never watched.
Idiocrazy. You never
Never
watched?
watched.
Oh,
Oh,
you're in for a treat. You should. This one is more like a comedy movie. This one didn't come out in movie theaters according to the legend. It came out, I think, like one theater or two theaters, something like that. But it became so popular that people on their own started talking about it, and they bought the DVD. Something to do with the budget that they sold DVDs, but they didn't do it in theaters very much.
okay. What's the name of it?
Idiocrazy. It's
Crazy.
about a guy. Yeah, it's about a guy that gets frozen as a military experiment, and he's just like an average intelligence guy, and they forget him that he's been frozen, so he wakes up like 1,000 years later just to find that the entire world is pretty stupid and he is the smartest man in the world.
Okay, you
And it's
understand
just
that to me, 'cause are you saying idiot like IDIOT crazy?
kind of like idiot, but without the T. Just idiot and then crazy.
Oh, okay.
Like democracy, but idiocracy.
Oh, okay,
Yes.
okay, yeah.
Idiocracy.
It says it's a comedy slash sci-fi.
Yeah, that one is so good. They start like they water plants with Gatorade instead of water because he has electrolytes. That they keep saying that.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'm gonna watch this one too. I'm gonna watch everything that you're recommending because I literally told you I just repeat movies and stuff. And then I just feel like nothing can catch in my eye. But also, like I said, I do spend a lot of time watching YouTube where in my downtime, it's kind of what I am doing, like YouTube or listening to a podcast. So I guess like by choice, I just don't watch TV, you know? But because I know somebody recommended these to me, I'm gonna definitely check them out. You already.
You'll love them. Yeah, it gave me a rating.
Yeah. See if these need to keep being recommended or nah.
Nah, they definitely do. That one is so funny. Like the president gives speeches while shooting in the air with a machine gun, and everything is like a rock and roll show. It's just like it's America, but turned up to level 10. And I like the future where
Not America.
technology becomes so smart, but people just become dumber because technology has fixed a lot of their problems. And
Uh,
they forgot how to do the most basic things. And everything is just crazy. It is really worth it.
Definitely gonna check that out.
Yeah.
Don't add no more, Damien.
Now, let's see.
I got four.
Also,
Well, really five because I have to watch Monster too, but this series.
yeah. Yeah, I haven't Harry Potter Monster. I did watch the Jeffrey Dahmer. Did you watch that on Netflix?
Yeah, yes, I did.
That one was crazy.
That was crazy. Yeah, for sure. Like that was some sick stuff. I think it was sick because like he was literally putting them in his freezer. That's insane.
Yeah, and he was eating it, and he offered like a sandwich to that neighbor.
That's insane.
And it's
Oh my
probably
god.
human sandwich.
Ew. Mm-mm-mm. I don't think I could ever eat another human. You know, people be like, you don't know what you would do, like, if the world's coming to an end, but I'm just like, I don't know about that.
If you
I
had to eat another human, what part would be first choice? I can go first. I'll eat the leg, like the calf.
so
That
like
was
the
very
thigh.
meaty. No, below the thigh, below the knee. You know that chunky piece
Oh,
of
like in the
muscle?
back. In the back.
Yeah, in the back.
Uh, uh,
Under the knee, there's that big old
mm,
muscle.
well, that sounds nasty, Damien.
I'll grab it by
I
the
think,
heel with
ew, Damien, please stop. Ew, please
take a big
stop.
bite on the calf.
Oh, ew. So
I must stop.
you were grilling with the foot still on it?
With the bone, yeah, like a caveman. you know, the
Well,
buff.
you saying would you start a fire and try to cook it, or you just eat it raw?
I know cook it. Yeah, I'm not a monster. I'm just a kind of.
Ooh. If I had to think of a piece, now I was gonna say the leg too, but I was thinking more of the thigh. But honestly, I think it would be probably the arm for me, and yes, and probably I would say probably the lower arm. I was thinking of bicep at first, but I just don't know how I would feel. It's giving too much meat. It's just like I need something like you know. Yes, like wings. I like the flats. I don't like the drum part of the wing. So it's like I like the one that has bare minimum meat on the bone, but it's still good. So it's like I feel like your lower arm is it called a femur? Your lower arm? No, it's not.
Oh, I don't know. No, I think femur is more in the leg. Let me actually look up. Yeah, femur is the leg. It's the leg in the thigh.
Okay. Well, I would eat the lower. I would eat the lower arm. 'Cause
Oh, I know what you mean, like between the elbow and the hand.
yes, yes.
That's called the radius and the ulna, because there's two
Uh,
bones. What is that? The forearm. I think that's called a
yeah,
forearm.
it is a forearm. Yeah. Doctors and people who go to school for biology and stuff, they're really smart because, like, you actually have to be intrigued with this stuff to actually, like, surgeons and stuff. These names and complications. Like, imagine a surgeon is meant to really open a part of your body up, perform a surgery, and seal it back up. That is insane. That's crazy.
It's like the mechanics for
A car.
life.
Yes. Like, I was at the gym one day and this boy, he had, like, this scooter and it had, like, a speaker on the back of it. And it was like a cool little scooter. It was like it had a seat and everything, but you could tell he kind of made it. It wasn't store bought. So I had asked him like, where did he get it? And he said him and his dad built it. And I said, wow. And I asked him where he got the parts from. He was like a junkyard. And then he said he got the rest of the parts from Napa. But it was so nice, and it made me be like, wow, I wish I could build something like that. It had like a motor. It was electric, so he put a motor in there. It had a seat. He got the wheels from like a junkyard, but he customized it where I mean you could tell it wasn't like a new item, but it just like I was just so proud. Like well, I wasn't proud because I was more so amazed. Like wow, that's amazing that y'all actually created something like that. Like skills like that.
That's incredible. Like those skills are not everywhere, but you reminded me. I used to know a person somewhere in Mexico that had a bicycle where he put a motor in it, like a motorcycle motor in the chain, and he would turn it on. I remember that guy. And
So I remember that guy.
well, I remember his invention because he was like running around with it outside. But I think he might want to make it into business because at one point he said, "Yeah, I don't take it out too often because I don't want anybody to copy my idea."
Mm. Wait, where is he now? You said you met him where?
No, well, I met him somewhere in Mexico. It's
Oh,
like I don't know if he was family or if he was a friend of the family, but like during one of those family vacations.
oh, he said he was gonna take it to Austin.
No, no, I think I said that I think he wanted to make a business out of it because he didn't want anybody to copy his idea.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
But I mean, 20 years later, that's almost everywhere. Like
Right.
electric bicycle or electric
Bicycle,
scooter.
scooter, yeah. But still, that doesn't mean his stuff is not selling because you got to think how many scooter brands there are, how many electric bike brands there are. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. I guess I did copy his idea eventually.
Yeah.
Everywhere. Oh, some ideas everybody thinks about. Kind of what I like about my podcast that I call it the free idea. Because everybody can think of the idea of flying, but not everybody's going to make it happen. And I feel
No, for
like
sure.
there's a lot of people that come up with ideas like that, like I think you come up with ideas that are super cool, but you can't make them happen. You see them like 5 years later at
Yeah.
the supermarket, and you're like, I can't believe somebody thought the same thing I thought.
Yeah. You know what's crazy? I was talking to a friend of mine that we were talking about that, and I was like, I don't know what I was talking about, but for example, I was saying like, oh, I wish that X, Y, and Z, like, oh, I wish that there was a way to, I don't know, like there was a, this is just an example, but like I wish there was a way that a dog could do X, Y, and Z. And my friend was like, whenever you have that thought, you should just try to think creative. So now, like, whenever I think of things, I do try to write it down and be like, is there something I can create? Because it's like what you said, if you don't do it, eventually somebody's going to do it. You know, like
Yeah.
everything, every invention literally came because somebody had the idea. Like, the phone became wireless because somebody was like, who wants to walk around the house on a corded phone? Then somebody invented the plane because we have helicopters, but what is big enough to carry a large amount of people? Oh, like the plane. It's just like everything became an invention from something. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
even though some horses and donkeys and camels are not inventions, they are still like, they were a thought, I feel like you have to think, we trying to get from point A to point B. What can we use? And it's like, oh, well, let's use this horse we have right here. You know, like
Yeah.
somebody had to think of it. You know,
On the horse, I think like who is the first person who discovered the right? That, that to me is probably some guy who was like, wow, look at that. I want to get on it.
yeah.
The crazy guy
I,
who got on top of a horse.
I want a horse. To be honest,
Yeah,
I want.
they're fun.
But I want one. Well, I want one. But when I tell people that I guess know about horses, they say you have to have two. I don't know if it's like a socialization thing between horses or something, but they were like, if you get one horse, you have to get two. I don't know what it really means. I never really looked it up on why they said that, but I've always just wanted a horse so I could just freely ride at my own leisure. You know?
Yeah, they're nice. I mean, there was like a ranch I would go to, and the horse was like 15 years old or 30. It was like some crazy age. And he was just looking at me while I was praying for bugs.
He's like,
And
don't
like,
bring that. He's like, don't bring that crap over here.
no, he was looking at me, and then I went in, got closer, and he started like moving his head up and down, and I started petting him, and he kept doing that movement. And like, wow, it's a cute horse. And I talked to the people
Oh,
there,
for sure.
and they say like, wait, that horse, why does he move his head up and down? And they were like, oh, it's just an old horse. He's been here for 15 years, and he just likes to hang around. And I'm like, okay, well, looks like a smart horse. He was doing the movement to get my attention.
I think every animal is smart because they have to be smart because they're not domesticated. You know what I'm saying? Like, we domesticated cats and dogs, but technically, like, a dog knows how to survive in the wild like they had to. Like, your cat would know how to survive outside if they actually had to. You know?
Yeah,
So I just think every animal naturally is just smart because that's just a natural ability.
they do. They do seem intelligent.
Yeah, no, for sure. For sure.
Like,
Because, I train my dog really well. Like he knows like the basic commands, but he also knows like high five. He knows how to give me paws. I could cross the street and he knows not to cross with me, stuff like that. But I'm like, in reality, in the real world, I've baited him so much. So of course, like if he was to go into the wild, he would have to adjust because he probably would be looking for me for so long until he realized like I'm not coming back. And then he'll just tap into like his natural instincts that is a part of his
yeah.
power. You get
Wait,
what I'm saying?
you're a dog person? Do I have the movie for you?
What movie?
If you're ready for me to give you a sixth movie, you're gonna
Oh no,
cry. You're gonna
no.
cry so bad.
Give me one movie.
And it's based on a real true story. Like, this is what I love about this movie. It's called Hachiko or Hachi, Hacha, Hachi, a dog story, and it's based on a Japanese man with his in Japan that even if I tell you, and I think I could tell you, it's not really ruining the story, but something happens to the man, and the dog waits at the train station for 12 years, waiting for the man to return.
Wow.
And they made a statue of the dog waiting at the train station. And it's
Wow.
so sad because the dog waits forever, loyal. Every day,
Wow.
the dog goes like at a certain time and then back to sleep, train or something.
Wow.
It's his daily routine. waiting for his owner to come back.
And what had happened to the owner? Did he pass away or something?
Yeah, he dies. He gets a heart attack. He goes to
Wow.
work because the owner always goes to work. He goes to the train. You know, comes back.
Oh, so he was waiting for him to get home, like come off the train.
Yeah. And so one day he
Wow.
goes on the train to work, but then gets a heart attack at his job, and he never comes back. And the dog is waiting for him at the station.
Wow.
And it's so like that.
Wow. I'm definitely gonna have to watch that one too. You know, it makes me think, have you ever seen, I think I asked you this before. It's with Will Smith and the dog and yes, have you
The
seen that?
zombies? Yeah, I love that one.
Yeah, that was so sad when he had to kill his dog. I was like, wow.
That yeah, he just breaks the neck.
Cause it's so crazy. It'll show you really how loyal dogs really are, or just animals in general, because it's like the dog really got bitten because he was trying to protect his owners. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's so crazy. Like animals really are like loyal. They
You
really are
know,
loyal.
that movie has a alternate ending. They come up with two endings and then show it to the audience and see which ending they like more.
What, I Am Legend?
I Am Legend actually had two endings. Yeah.
Really? How did you find that out?
I guess I was just searching on YouTube. He has an alternate ending. So the ending that we all know is behind the glass and he takes out a grenade and tells the woman to hide in the oven or something with a cure, and then he just explodes himself with all the zombies.
Hmm.
That's the ending. That one. There's a second ending where he takes that same cure and injects it to the woman zombie on the table, and then the husband or boyfriend zombie's watching, and then she goes back to normal or something. She wakes up, and then
And how do you say you saw this ending? Both these endings?
it's in YouTube. It's the I Am Legend alternate ending. But he basically revives the wife, the dead zombie, and then he goes away with the wife or girlfriend, and happy ever after. Nobody dies.
So that means that the ending where he throws the grenade is the one that got the most popular votes.
Yeah, that's the one that they ran with. It actually makes more sense too, because he kind of sacrifices his life for zombies and the cure. In the other ending, it's like a love ending.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, I see why. And then it was such that he killed his dog, and then she ends up in love.
Yeah, that's
Right.
true though. That's true.
Yeah. You know they supposedly was coming out with an I Am Legend too. Supposedly.
No, I wish.
Yeah. Supposedly. But again, I just told you how I feel about all these multiple movies and shows and et cetera, et cetera.
I see it right here in Google. But is it real or is it just people making
I don't know.
Smith again?
Because I haven't seen anything since then.
That movie was perfect. That one movie.
Yeah, for sure. Because for me, what would number two be about? Like, all I'm thinking about is would number two be about? Like, I just don't understand. Like, you get a cure. Like, I'm just trying to see what would it be about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and he doesn't live, he dies, so it'll be a different person. You ever saw the movie The Sixth Sense?
Mm-mm. Damn, you
It's
watch a lot. You watch a lot of movies.
actually don't. I actually watch like one movie a year. I guess I just watch. They stick with me. These movies that I'm all telling you, they stick with me. The Sixth Sense is pretty good. It's like a horror. It's a horror movie about a kid.
It came out in 1999 too.
He can see ghosts. He can see dead people. And this psychologist is trying to help this kid to figure out that he's not crazy or figure out why he sees dead people. He's kind of trying to, cure him. There's a mother and she's worried that the kid is always talking about dead people, and he's trying to figure out what this kid is suffering from. But he eventually learns that he is not suffering from anything. He actually sees dead people. There's a plot twist at the end that it's super cool.
Mm. Add it to my list. Every movie you're actually telling me, I'm definitely adding it to my list. And I actually like that most of them came out early 2000s to the late 1900s, which fits probably my liking for movies. Because, like I said, newer movies just they don't be they don't keep me on the edge enough. They don't catch my attention enough.
This one will, because it's very psychology based. What's the psychologist doing the thing? But these are fun. This is one that have stuck to me since I ever watched it. Like, I still remember. Okay. Ever since I rewatched it. They're like
That
really good.
See, and I can see that because I've definitely seen the Texas Chainsaw Massacre multiple times, like multiple times. Like honestly, and like Forrest Gump, I really like Forrest Gump. I've watched the movie multiple
Yeah.
times. Yeah. Have you ever watched The Notebook?
A notebook. Let me look it up. Sounds
It's
familiar.
it's a love movie, so I don't know.
Mm,
Have you?
no, definitely not. Sounds familiar. Like at some point in high school, some girls would talk about it. But
It's definitely an older movie too. I don't know how much older, but it's like amazing.
2004.
I
Fifth.
Oh, 2004. Okay, I literally cried on that movie.
I should watch this one then.
Yeah.
With Shirlene. So like it looks
Yeah.
already like a love story that doesn't end well. It's
It actually does end well.
like that.
It does, but the whole climax is about it not really ending well. It's kind of like it don't remind me of the Titanic, but have you ever watched the Titanic?
Actually not. Believe it or not.
What?
Never
So
seen
you might,
Titanic.
so you might not be a person that's into like love movies then.
No, I'm not. I guess I'm not. I've watched a couple, but by accident mostly.
Okay, I'm not really a romance type of movie girl either, but those are two movies I really like. Definitely.
The Titanic. I know Shireen has watched the Titanic. I've only watched the ending. Everybody memes about it. That he's
Oh, that's so sad. They literally
both
died, and they freeze to death. That's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the original ice bath. That's crazy.
Well, Damian, be quiet. Not you said the original ice bath. I used to have to take those when I ran track. I used to hate those things.
The ice bath.
Yes, but I do feel like it actually does something. Like it does
Yeah.
what people say. It does actually help. So I used to. Well, it was required of us when we ran track. We had to take ice baths before our practice, and I definitely feel like it did something. But I used to be very prone to shin splints,
Mm.
so they used to definitely help me. Can't say what it did for everybody else, but for me, it definitely helped.
What really? Uh, I didn't know you were in track. Was it like a long career in college too, or like high school?
Just high school.
That's cool.
Yeah, I was more so. Now I did run cross country, but I didn't compete cross country. I ran cross country because our coach required us to run cross country. Like if you were on her track team, she required you to run cross country. Like we had to just practice with cross country, I would say. But I was more like short distances, so did all the relays 4x1, 4x2, 4x4, and then I did like open 100, open 200. So I
That's
was more
more
like
than me.
a sprinter.
I was in cross country just like a summer. Yeah, like those between summer. Yeah, summer school.
Did you like
So,
it?
no, I hated it.
Uh, See, it's so crazy because I'm starting to run now. Now, since I said I had that asthma, I haven't been able to run. But I started back running probably a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. And I'm up to like a mile point 75
Um,
to helicopter passing.
yeah, I hear it. But it sounds far away.
But I'm up to a mile point 75 where I can run it straight. And so I'm just trying to increase and increase, increase, increase. But at my pace, and I can do a mile. Like usually, my mile times are around like 8 minutes and 20 seconds. But if I exert myself that much, I probably wouldn't be able to run long distances. So to run like close to 2 miles, I run my miles at about 11 minutes. You know,
Wow, that's just fast. I don't think last time I did a mile, I did it like in 13. That's not good for me.
yeah. Well, you have to think also baby steps. Like my mom's at 11. Also because I'm choosing to run slower because I'm trying to run longer. But also, like, I'm trying to build my lung capacity back up and not
Mm.
just, so I'd rather just run longer slower than to try to run faster, shorter distance.
Understandable. I love running, but I did it more when I was high school age, and then a couple years after that. But now, I don't, I guess, because I'm very out of shape. But before I still cross country. I hated that because the guy can run the highway like next to cars. That's fun.
Oh,
I like
yeah, I thought
running in
about
pretty places.
joining a run club too. Either a run club or a bike club. I definitely have thought about joining one or the other because it's better to run when you have like support. Because when I lived in North Carolina, I used to run with somebody, like we would run together, and it definitely helped my mile time because if he was a boy that I was running with, so he was naturally kind of faster than me. So I always, when I would run, I would try not to lose sight of him. So that made me like
Mm.
run faster because I knew I don't want to lose sight of him. So I had to try to keep up with him as much as possible. But that's honestly like he helped me get my mile down. And we weren't training or nothing. We were just like running together, you know?
Yeah, that makes sense. I like that.
Yeah.
Really.
So having a partner definitely helps in any aspect, you know?
In any, even if like we're a serial killer, having a partner would help a lot. You could have him help you carry the bodies or dig the hole,
Cut,
or the
thank you.
police.
Cut, Damian, please. But no, you actually have a point though. You actually have a point because I just think doing it all by yourself is a lot of work. But like the brothers, like for instance, the Fernando brothers, I feel like because they had each other, they were able to kind of get away with the murder much longer than somebody probably who just was doing everything by themselves, you know?
Yeah.
But then the only thing about having a second person doing stuff like that with you is if the other person is just not like you. Like the Fernando brothers, one of them was more like I guess crazier than the other one, and the other one used to like cry, be like, I don't want to do this no more. So it's like if you have somebody like that who doesn't really think like you, it might not play out well for you. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm. That happens a lot more often than usually in the petty crimes.
Yeah.
A getaway driver that doesn't even want to be there.
Right, right,
And it's like, damn.
right. Yeah, don't invite me to no crime scenes. I'm not doing anything. For real, I couldn't even kill nobody if I had to. The only way I could kill somebody is if it has to really be self defense. Like I have to really be like my life has to be in danger and it's between me and you. Like I'm gonna kill you. But
Right.
to just casually do it on some like, oh, this is fun. No, thank you.
This is fun. I mean, I guess there's some people like that. The 1%, the few. Right. Okay, well, maybe not them.
No, they do be proud though.
Actually, they do. They do be telling in once in person everything they do.
No, bro, I be watching new shows too where they interview the people. Okay, I have started to walk, so it might be getting out because now I'm going up under this bridge. But I do be watching those shows on like Netflix and stuff that interview like but I was saying that I watch those shows with the where they interview like the worst prisoners or like the people in maximum lockdown. Um, I watch a lot of shows like about that because I really watch these shows because I be really wanting to know how people were thinking when they committed these crimes, you know. And then I'm like, now that you're serving time or you maybe having life, like a sense of life, have you had a change of heart or are you just still sick in the mind like that? Because it's like, hey, I don't know, like I don't know because you have some people who have regrets and you have some people that's like, I wouldn't change things, you know. So it was like,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, like the Jeffrey Dahmers or the Charles Mansons.
No, for sure. Mm-mm.
Those people don't. I don't think they want
Yeah,
to change.
yeah. And I just think also it becomes harder for somebody to change, like once they get comfortable in doing something. So I just think like somebody like Jeffrey Dahmer, he had been doing it so long that it's like it became like second nature to him. So the change would have been probably harder for him than to actually just keep doing what he's doing. You know,
Yeah,
that's why I think
oh, go ahead.
no, I'm gonna say that's why I think identifying mental illness in the beginning or at the early stages is important because you can prevent things like that. But if you wait till like somebody's deep into their mental illness and like they've already started doing these type of actions and like it's too late. Like in my opinion, you know, that's why you have cycle work and stuff like that.
And then it's not like you can use them for much. That'd be crazy. Because I've always thought about, the military ever use crazy people like this to do their bidding? But if they
Wait,
do,
you said do military do what?
like imagine kind of like the Nazis. They had a different category. They had the military and then they had the SS. And the SS were handpicked by a person, a very famous one, to have a certain type of personality. And also obviously the blonde hair and blue eyes, but a very
Uh,
sadistic type of personality. And he would pick this older personality. And that was his SS team, which were the ones who made the most atrocious killings and crimes.
mhm,
And it's
mhm.
kind of like that, right? Like the actual serial killers out there and sociopaths. Were
It's
they
that.
ever used in militaries, like in Asian?
Oh, well, you know that guy who I don't know if you heard about it, but it was a guy who, like in the like within the first week of the New Year in New Orleans, he ran over those people.
Oh
Did
yeah,
you hear?
yeah, I
He
heard
was in the
about it.
military. He was an ex soldier.
Oh, that.
Yeah. So, and my sister is in the military. My sister was in the army or is in the army. My dad was in the Marines, and then I have a god brother who was also in the army. And like I heard it fuck with your mind. You know what I'm saying? Like it definitely, it definitely takes a toll on you. You know.
That's for
So
sure. Like for the people that are out there, like seeing their friends get killed and killing enemies, that does have to mess with your mind. And then you come back to America and it's all peaceful.
right. Well, is it peaceful here or?
Well, fair, yes. But I don't know what you mean.
I have to argue with that.
Where you live, where you live at, yeah, I might have some doubts about that.
Yeah, I don't know how peaceful this is here.
Yeah,
But
but compared to like, you can't go to
no,
the
I
bathroom
know.
because they're gonna shoot you up. That's the
Yeah,
crazy thing that people say. And nowadays
yeah.
with the new wars, I feel like anybody who comes back from that Ukraine war is gonna have PTSD of drones, like the noise that they make when they fly. That's a crazy PTSD. It's
Oh,
a
yeah, for
modern,
sure. I mean, to
modern.
have PTSD to me in general is crazy because that means everyday things, like a helicopter that was just flying over my head, could trigger you. You get what I'm saying? Like, to me, the helicopter was just flying over, but a soldier could be walking right next to me or ex-veteran or a veteran, not ex-veteran, a veteran, and then the helicopter comes over and he gets these flashbacks of like X, Y, and Z, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, like when I hear Chinese, I get PTSD of my attention. Big memory.
Damian,
Flashbacks.
do you really get PTSD?
Yeah, when I ate a dumpling or one of those nights, oops, I remember me walking on the street peacefully with
Oh,
a piece
I was
of
gonna say, but I thought you liked
No, I'm
chocolate.
joking. No, it's not PTSD. Just
Okay.
memories, memory lane. But it feels pretty nice because it's nice memories. So I can't imagine like the opposite of that.
Right. No, for sure. Especially something that you really can't get out your head. Because I think people who suffer from PTSD, I don't think they want to suffer from it. Honestly, I just think they literally have no control. Like their body. You know that psychology. I don't know if you ever heard of that psychology. They did a psychology experiment on dogs where they rung a bell and they introduced food to the dog, and then they rung the bell, and then they took the food away. But the
Yeah.
dog, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, you start salivating at the sound of the bell.
Yes, yes. So I just think about that. Like once you kind of once you kind of identify a sound or a place with a trauma or a trigger, I think no matter how much you really try to undo that, it's kind of like where your mind always goes. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it takes some serious therapy and probably like training,
Hmm.
like actually break free of that.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
because I think about my mom's house. Like my mom's house, I say my mom's house all the time. Like my parents are not together, but like my parents' house is a trigger for me. Like it's a trigger for me. Like when I go there, it's a trigger. It's like everything is a trigger. Like I'm able to sit there because I'm just able to do it, but it doesn't take away from the uncomfortability I'm feeling the whole time I'm sitting there. You know? So it's just everything has a trigger, you know.
Yeah. Would that be memories in the objects, in the walls, in the arrangement of the furniture? Just the feel
Like
of the house, the smell, the we
no. Well, mama, like I just feel like some some not so great moments happened there. And so like I think even if the furniture was gone, it's just the house. It's just like this is a place that I don't know, because my mom used to always tell me like when I wasn't really like coming to visit and stuff, she used to be like, "You grew up in this home," and I'm like, "Yeah, I get that, but you don't realize like how much for me trauma is connected to this home." You know, it's like coming here is a lot. Like it takes a lot to come here because I can recall like what you did in this room, or I can recall what you said in this room. I can recall what you did against this wall. So it's like, it's just a trigger for me. It's just like the whole, I think even if they was to rearrange, because they don't have the same furniture as when I was a child anyway. So it's like, it's different furniture, but it's just like the house in general. It's just the memories that's connected to it. It was great memories as well, but there is a part of it that's connected to trauma where it's just like, it's a butterfly just flew across. I mean, not a butterfly, a ladybug.
oh yeah.
But
Oh,
because
good thing
you
you
know,
got distracted by that.
I rarely see ladybugs fly. That's why I know they fly, but you usually just see them sitting somewhere. So to see them fly, that one fly across. But yeah, it's just it's just a trigger, and it goes back. I don't think I have PTSD. Like it's not like going there puts me into this like. I feel like people with PTSD almost don't have control over the reaction.
I know what you
You know what
mean.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I have control over the reaction. It's just that when I go here, there's an uncomfortable feeling until I leave. You know, it's like I can sit here, but I'm just uncomfortable. Versus somebody with PTSD, I feel like they just can't control it. Like they just react. Like it is the reaction, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, it has to be tough dating somebody or being married to somebody who's endured PTSD or who's been in the war. Cause it's like, it's not really them, but how do you like be with somebody for the rest of your life to deal with it? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've seen those videos in YouTube where there's like a veteran going through PTSD and he's literally believing that he's in the war zone and kneeling with his gun up, and then people are trying to talk him out of it. Like, I think that would be the real PTSD. And
Yeah.
then what you describe in your house, would you classify it as trauma or just bad memories? Because that I don't know what it would be. I guess just up
I
to you,
think I think the
personal.
bad memories are the trauma. Is the trauma.
Mhm.
You know? I feel like I feel like to me it's both. Like it's trauma, but it's trauma because the memory of what happened here. You know?
Yeah.
So it's like when I go in there, it just I don't know. And you would just have like, cause I feel like even with my mom, I have triggers with her. It's just like when she say certain stuff or look a certain way, it's just like the little girl in me sees something that you did when I was a little girl. So then it becomes like a trigger. It's like, it's trauma. I would say it's rooted from trauma, but it's because I can remember. So it's the memories that is making me feel the way that I feel. And you can't get rid of memories, especially when memories are something that was like a negative impact. You know what I'm saying? It's
Mhm.
like a child enduring something very traumatizing, but thinking that they're gonna forget it. It's like no, that's if the child don't remember nothing, they're gonna remember what hurt them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Uh,
I wonder what's the difference. I'm looking it up here. I'm hearing you. And it says memories with negative emotional connotations like sadness still seem to be in a different category than memories of trauma, where shock and
uh,
helplessness force the body into an extreme threat response.
See, what that means memories of trauma kind of reminds me of like PTSD, kind of.
Mhm.
Because I would say like I think mine is more like sadness and just like hurt and pain, but it's not like I go over there and I'm crying historically because I just sat on this couch and this is the same couch that you You get what I'm saying? It's just like I could be looking at this couch and now I'm sad, but it's kind of
Yeah.
like I've just learned to control the emotion.
That's
You know?
crazy, Ebony. That's crazy.
Yeah. What you mean is crazy?
Because I have your couch now. It's,
Oh yeah, I love my couch too. You
that's
know
a nice
what?
couch.
I hate that I gave that couch away, but I'm glad it went to someone like y'all for real,
Yeah. No, I was
rather
just
than just giving it away to somebody like randomly. Because I see that y'all actually treat the couch well. Y'all appreciate the couch, so
yeah, I was just
for
making
real.
a joke. That's not the same couch we're talking about.
Right. Please make that comparison. It's not the same couch at all.
Not the same couch. I didn't get
No
the trauma
trauma
couch.
connected to that.
No,
Right.
it's happy
No.
memories.
Right. Happy memories to the point that I want my couch back. I wanted my couch back.
It's still here.
Yeah,
Can
it's fine.
so we'll still be here. And at one point we'll need to upgrade. We just haven't wanted to upgrade because the cats just scratch everything. And so we know that we get a new couch, the cats are just gonna make it look old, and it needs to pull the
Well,
green
I
side
thought
of
you
it.
said that they don't scratch the furniture, though. The couch.
They don't. Well, we're there, but if we're gone, maybe, or like they don't because we put some measures, but it doesn't protect like every part of the couch. It doesn't protect the
They not
side.
gonna clear it. Didn't y'all do the clear like things along the edges or something?
Yeah, we got those plastics on the edges, and then we got some scratch posts next to the couches. But they still
Uh-huh.
like climb on it, play on it, and they climb
Right.
sometimes. Get on the tent
Right.
every time they jump or climb or walk on it. So with time, the couch starts looking like the strings coming out of the cloth.
Yeah, right, right. I get what you're saying. Yeah. But
Yeah,
that's been it. Like, you could have some really terrible cats that just tearing up the couch just because,
yeah.
like they're clawing in it. Like my dog does it occasionally, like, nesting.
Hmm.
Like he does that, like, but he's not truly like messing up the couch, but he'll do it with a blanket for sure. Like he'll really claw the blanket until he gets it how he wants it to be, and then he'll like plop down. And I'm like, I'm glad you got it, buddy. But it can look like he's being destructive because when they're nesting, it's like they're digging. You know?
Yep. They're very cute. They roll into a little bean.
Yeah.
That what you mean by nesting? Or like they're actually make a nest out of it by destroying it.
I think I meant what you said the first time.
Kind of like getting comfy on it, like a little bee.
Yes, yes, that's what it is. Yes, I was saying for that. He's trying to get comfortable. It's literally a thing because one day I had to Google it, like having a dog, it makes you Google certain things. And it's made me become lenient on him a lot more because like some of his behaviors I used to be like, stop doing that or don't do that. Like, trying to like lecture him or like to stop him from doing it. But then when I would Google what that meant, it would always say it's something about a natural dog's instinct. So I was like, some stuff I just let him do like that. It's bad enough I've already domesticated him. Okay, like the least I can do is try to let him be a dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, so when I'm at home, sometimes I just, whatever he wants to do, want to run around. Like, he runs around in the grass to mark his territory, I guess. It bothers me. Because I'm like, and then he loves to do it after I give him a bath. So it really bothers me because it's like, why did you just go do that after I gave you a bath? But then, I Googled it and it says that it's something that they like to do. And so now I just let him do it. When he runs around in the grass, I just close my eyes and act like I don't see it. like,
I see
like
what you
just there.
mean. Cats do that too. When my wife showers them, which is like rare, but
I was
we
about to
do.
say, how do they take that?
Well, they take it not good. We have to. She uses some special gloves to handle them because they will
Hmm.
tear with the claws. Like one of them is really crazy about it. The other one is chill. But
Well,
you still
have
need
y'all
to
tried to do
shower
like
them.
a little net thing where like you put them in the net or something?
No, we just use some thick rubber gloves, and then we cut their claws before that. Just trim them. But like after the shower, they like to go into like fine dirt and just roll in it. And when we
Yes.
put like new cat litter, when I wash it and put new one, they love to get on top of it and just roll until they get it.
Yeah. It's them marking, they putting their scent back on things.
Oh. But I think they like to put dirt on stuff on themselves too. Because if I shower them and then let them go out in the patio outside, they'll start rolling on the patio like the
But see, I don't think it's because they like. I think they feel like even with dogs, I think they feel that you wash the scent off of them. So it's kind of like I think they're trying to pick up. Like they to them, they probably don't smell like nothing now. You know, yeah, they like no, I liked how I was before. You know,
yeah, it's true. That's animals. Animals, they got an instinct to do
no, for
stuff.
sure. Because you know, like a dog would dig a hole in dirt to cool off and lay in the dirt. Did you know that?
Really?
Yeah,
Now that you say it, it makes sense because my dog used to do it a lot when it was hot summer. But I didn't know that
yeah.
was a thing dogs did. My fault.
Yeah, it's them trying to get. You know, you got to think the dirt up under the surface is cooler than the top dirt. So they try to dig a hole deep enough where the dirt is cool, and then they plop down in it. It's for them to stay cool.
Well, it also said that they dig in winter for shelter and warmth.
They get winter.
They also do it in winter, according to this,
Oh, for warmth.
for
Oh,
warmth from the cold, from
yeah.
the wind and the rain, or to find water. Oh,
Those are just intelligent beings.
that's cool. So they dig holes all year round. I know that my mom hated that because our dog would just dig holes in our garden
And you
and
know,
destroy her
yeah,
plant.
right, exactly. Yeah, I get that.
And that
I
would
don't think
happen.
my dog. I don't think my dog would survive outside if I left him outside. He's become too. He's become too bougie. Like he's really a house dog for real. Like he loves to lay on laps. Like he rather sit on the lap than on the couch. Like he's just not a dog all the way. You know. But
Yeah.
I also made him like that because for a long time was like overly obsessed, like clean his paws and like don't run around grass. So now I think he's just like, I think he actually likes to be clean too. You know,
This is the second person to hear that from. Like the dog wouldn't want to go outside if he had the choice.
no, oh no, I feel like when it's raining, my dog does not like to go outside. Like he literally, if he peeks his head out the door and he feels a raindrop, he literally tries to turn around and come back in. And then I feel like, no, you have to go, and he won't go. I have to literally physically pick him up and put him on the grass and tell him pee and poop. And then when he does that, he holding one paw up because it's like ew, no one
Fancy.
feels. Yeah, so
Like
he's definitely like that.
they're the opposite. They once you show them the outside and you take them out, they don't want to ever go back inside the house. They will look
Yeah,
outside.
I can agree with that. My ex had cats, and we used to always take them outside on the patio and like let them sunbathe. And to get them back in, it was always a hassle. Not like they would run away, but you could just tell like they much rather been outside. And it got to the point where they would go sit by the door and literally meow, like open the door and let me out.
Yeah, they don't stop bothering you. They're the
Yeah,
opposite. And they do a wonderful thing we all have.
no, for sure. That's my pain.
All types of pets. Some keep lizards, some keep snakes, some keep monkeys.
I would like to have a monkey. I would like to have a monkey and a lion, but the male lion with the mane. Like I know I've watched YouTube videos where people actually do have lions as pets, but they got them as cubs. But I just still feel like I would be scared because I just feel like no matter how much you train that animal, his natural instinct is wild. Like he just, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I feel like a dog. Yes, he's domesticated, but a dog was never made to like go hunt like a lion is. So it's kind of like it's like I don't know about that, you know? Like they be
No,
putting their hands all in their mouth and stuff, and I'm just like, you must keep your lion fed then. Because you cannot tell me he doesn't wake up one day and he's super hungry and you're sitting there and he's not thinking about like chomping you down.
even then, right? Even then, he could be well fed and he wants a different flavor. Oh no. I saw
Yeah.
this video yesterday of a guy who was keeping the lions, but the female ones. What are they called? Are they lioness?
I don't know what the females are called.
But the female. And he had his leg on a cast or sort of a metal cast as if he was injured before. And he's like slapping one of them that is getting too close to his leg. to his healthy leg. And then he bites the healthy shoe and drags him on the floor. And then the guy has like a cane and he's hitting the lion and the mouse as the lion is dragging him on the floor. And then the video cuts off after that.
See,
And that was like a zookeeper. It's also interesting that the lion bit the healthy leg and left a weak leg just on its own. Just pretty smart.
right. Well, they're wildlife. I think every creature that's meant to survive outside is really highly intelligent because they have to live outside and survive. So they have to know when to go get water, where to go get water, what to eat, how to eat it, how to catch it, how to stay cool, how to stay warm. Like we, as human beings, we just get all of those things. You just go in the house, turn on the heater. You're hot. You just go in the house, turn on the AC. Just go to the fridge, press the water, comes out. Like they are kind of always surviving. And I know it's a natural instinct, but it's like I just would be too. Even a monkey, like I would love to have a monkey. Now I would probably be more. I'll feel way more comfortable having a monkey than a lion. But even then, it's like you're gonna be swinging all around my house. It's like trying to. I know this couple that they moved to Ghana from America, and these I said it wrong, chimpanzees. They literally broke into their house and it was in their fridge eating their food, and
What?
they kept telling they literally recorded the whole thing like on their YouTube vloggers, but they vlog their life in Ghana now since they recently moved out of the country. So they really like recorded that, and then they had to call like I guess they probably like a monkey keeper or something, and they come and like get them on top. But it's basically common in Ghana for like you to experience that.
For a
At
monkey
some
to break
point of
into your
living.
house and into your
Yes,
food.
yes, yes. Because I think also where the houses are made, or at least the house that they were staying in, there was a window that didn't have any coverage. It was covered by like two bars, but it was like open, like it was no glass, no nothing like stopping anything from coming in. So they came in literally through the window, and they literally didn't even try to tear up the house. They just was in the fridge, and they were recording, it, and they was like, "Stop eating our stuff! Stop eating that stuff!" And the monkey just kept on eating, kept on eating.
That's some real monkey business.
Right? How you doing? But I was like, I don't know how I would feel about that, but you know,
No. So now they're back in. They're over here in America.
no, they actually still stay there.
Oh, they're over there.
Yeah, they moved home. I mean, not moved home. They actually moved out the country. Like how everybody said that America's getting really expensive. So, a lot of people are moving out. That's why I said this year I'll just suck it up and have a roommate. Like,
Yeah.
'cause it's getting ridiculous.
It really is. The eggs, especially, are now like the cheapest version of the eggs. The cheapest brand is like $6 to $7.
Yes.
Ham is like $8 for like a little bit of it. Oh,
And I'm
almost 10.
I'm scared of anything cheap at this point.
Yeah, and then there's that. Like
Yeah.
you can still get the cheapest of all, but the cheapest it has like a bunch of ingredients that are escaped.
Right. Then they send the egg. The birds have bird. I don't know.
hmm I've been sticking more to more veggies, oatmeal
Yeah,
instead
that's
of eggs.
yep. That has been me. I've been like eating smoothies a lot, fruits, and more like fish. I've been eating fish more than anything lately. I don't eat pork anymore at all. Very occasionally eat beef, and chicken was what I was eating. Chicken and seafood was what I was eating, but I've cut back on chicken too. So I'm pretty much just eat seafood all the time. So I'll eat like today. I'm making me some roasted potatoes, some tilapia, and some broccolini.
Money wise or health wise? And what motivated me more?
It's definitely health wise for me.
Oh,
It's definitely health wise because the foods I eat is to me more expensive than the junk food.
yeah,
You
that's
know,
true. Like
like
Eileen last time got like mac and cheese with added protein. It was advertised, like as if it was healthy or something. But I think she looked it up in an app. We have an app called Yuka, and you
I
scan the
use that
barcode.
app too.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, so she scanned it, and then it had like 4 or 8 red ingredients the ones that are like dangerous or toxic or whatever. Like stay away from them. And then after she saw that, she just had to throw it away.
Yeah. I use Yuka, but I recently started using this app called Bobby Approved. It's similar, you can scan it, but he's a guy that actually like is on social media and he'll go in stores and actually like grocery shop and tell you like this you don't need. But his app is even more like I would say like it'll take a huge adjustment because he tells you to cut out a lot of like soybean oils, things that say natural flavor. You like you don't need to eat that because natural flavors consistent to anything. So his is a little more stricken. So like something that's on Hookah that might have a good rating on his, it might be not approved. You
Oh,
know?
hey, I'm
Hello?
outside. Do you hear the wind or not?
I don't know. I heard the wind and I feel like I heard someone.
Oh yeah, yeah. I was walking next to the.
Oh,
I'm out
but
for
no,
a walk. But yeah, I was hearing you.
I can't really hear the wind to be honest.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, I was just
Um,
but just got out to change the scenery.
I've been sitting at this park. Yesterday I was at the park too. Cause the home that well, that's I guess private information, but you can check it out. But the home I'm staying in, they are trying to sell a home, so they had some showings. So yesterday I took Cash to the dog park and spent some hours there. Then I went and got a snow cone, and I got me a good burger, and I ate outside at the park. And today I'm sitting at the park as well. I just love being outside. It's so peaceful for me.
Yes, nice.
Where you where do you walk at, Damian? Around your apartment or you actually
Yeah,
walking like
no, this is an apartment.
oh, okay.
I like the outside too. Lately, that it's been getting warm and sunny with the
Mm,
birds. It's nice. But like
right.
before, I was staying home. Too windy and cold.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's kind of windy today, but it's not like that windy. It's not that windy where it's interrupting your day or it's like it's blowing you too much to the left or too
Yeah,
much to the right.
but Texas weather is crazy. It changes
Yeah.
one day to the other. Like if you don't like the weather, just wait 5 minutes. It'll be a different weather.
No, for sure. I think that's the South in general.
Yeah.
That's why I tell people one thing I really appreciate about North Carolina. I mean, I appreciated a lot of things, but one thing I appreciate about North Carolina was the fact that I seen all seasons. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm, that's cool.
Like you saw spring, you saw summer, you saw fall, and you saw winter. You actually saw the trees go from green to orange to red to stems. And then it's like if it was wintertime, it was cold consistently. It wasn't like one day this, one day that. It was just more consistency.
And that's nice. Here in Texas, there's only two seasons:
Yeah,
summer
it's
and I don't know, fall.
I don't know. Right. But it's like y'all get a little winter too, but y'all definitely don't get any like I won't even say y'all really get fall because you don't really see the trees change or nothing. Like it's just they go from green to branches,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, you do.
It's no transition.
Nah, it's
And I
different.
definitely don't think y'all see spring. Why I'm saying y'all like I don't live here.
Yeah, it does hit different. Man, that's Texas free. But how you like in Texas?
Not really liking it, buddy. But I guess you can say I'm trying to adapt, but I just think like it's a place that I probably left for a reason. And you know how sometimes you go back to old places and you really wasn't supposed to go back to the old place? I feel like that's kind of how I'm thinking. Um, because I left Houston specifically for a reason. And that reason was just because I was going in circles. I just needed like a drastic shift in my life. I needed a shift in my environment, my circle of friends, everything. And so like moving motivated me to like find those things that would expect me. But in the end, now that I left and I've come back, it's been like a tough adjustment. Not only like the weather, but just like people are not the nicest here. It's too busy, like as in like hustle bustle. I just really started appreciating like things like nature, hiking, the things that are free.
Yeah,
And it's like in Houston specifically, it's always something going on. Like it's a lot going on. And I just think I'm trying to find my place here, like what part of Houston at least. it's the most quietest, I guess you could say. But I don't believe that it's permanent. So I'm just trying to, be present. Sometimes some days are harder than others because some days I just wake up and be like, I don't want to be here. Then some days I spend outside like this and it's easy for me to find gratitude because in what makes me happy. But as soon as I leave this and I go in my car and I get on the highway, I get annoyed because it's like so many cars, so many highways. It's like being submerged in nature here because it helps keep me grounded. But I want, like, I think I would live in a city or a state that not many people would think of, like a Montana or in Kentucky or Minnesota, like a state that people are like, why would you live there? It's just like I just think that's where I would be, you know?
More natural.
Yes, more natural, more trails. That's why I really enjoyed Austin when I did stay there because I feel like it's definitely more nature driven. But I will say after spending that weekend there, even though I felt more comfortable, I think I felt more comfortable because I was around my friends. And I don't think it was necessarily Austin that just made me feel like, oh, I belong here. And so, with that being said, it made me kind of be like, you got to find peace in Houston, then maybe, because maybe it's not your surroundings, maybe it's just you. Like, maybe there's something internally that you're not feeling fulfilled about. So, it's like, until you address that, I told myself, like, until I address that, it's probably not going to be any place that just makes me happy. You get what I'm saying? So I'm kind of just trying to be like, okay, if I'm going to be in Houston, then let me be in Houston and let me find the things that like I enjoy doing that are things that maybe I was doing in Austin. Because like I said, right now I'm at a trail and it's peaceful. People, you're around like-minded people who are also outdoors, so they're speaking, they're kinder. But it's just that, like when it's almost like going on vacation, come back to reality. So it's like this is kind of like this is cool, but as soon as I get in my car, and I have to get on the street. It reminds me of exactly where I'm at. Being where I'm at right now, it kind of takes me away from the fact that I'm in Houston, like being out here where I'm currently at. So I maybe just need to find. There's a part of Houston called the Woodlands that a lot of people said I might like because it's called the Woodlands for a reason. They are building it up, but it's like very woodish. Like it's very nature driven, hiking trails, a lot of trees. So a lot of people say like you might really like the Woodlands. It's away from like the inner city. It's like 40 minutes from like downtown Houston. So you really on like the outskirts. It's kind of like I guess a Buddha, not as far as Buddha is from Austin, but it's like that. It's like a Round Rock, a Buddha, or
Right.
shirts or something like
A
that.
couple here, like Bastrop. Bastrop is very natural. But it's another one too. But the name is not coming. But yeah, there's a couple. Like Lockhart is very ranch like. And this really one between San Marcos and Buda and Kyle, I think. Waverly. Waverly. That one is like the most
Oh, okay.
nature
Okay.
one. Very nice. Not Philly. It's very nice to be in nature.
Yep.
It's just like a different connection. And I
Mhm.
mean, Austin, the city, I don't like being in the center of it too much, just
Mhm.
because the traffic and the homelessness. It's a big issue in that
You
area.
said the trafficking. What else?
The homelessness.
Oh yeah. Wait, are you
It's
saying like
huge.
the way that they approach
Yeah.
you, or like?
Now, yeah,
Oh, okay.
every time I've been in there, like walking the Capitol building, like around those streets, yeah, I've been approached multiple times.
Really?
This one time, it was a guy that was asking me for $1, but he was extending his hand to me, and I was with my brother, like, like tourism, and then his hand was bleeding. Like, what the?
Um,
And then there's another one when I was walking down the street. There was a woman on the floor. She was rolling on the floor and screaming just random things. And I was passing by, and then she started shouting at me, and she read the back of my shirt that says Torches Tacos. And then she was like,
yeah.
Torches, I'm talking to you, Torches. Hey, Torches. She started screaming, like rolling on the floor. Like, what the hell? I keep walking.
But you know what's crazy? The homeless rate is just bad in general because downtown Houston is horrible. Like the amount of people. But you know what? I've probably seen the worst homeless in person is Denver. Like
Mhm.
them, they had like almost like. Have you ever heard of Skid Row? It's in California.
Yeah, that one I've heard. I've seen videos.
Okay, so I feel like where I was staying at in Denver, it was a really nice hotel, but it was like a skyrise hotel, and so I could see high, and there was a street that looks exactly like Skid Row. It was looking like but tents, abandoned like RV trucks, but old RV trucks that like just got left there. But it was like a whole strip of just homeless people, and it's just like I think homeless the homeless population I think is bad anywhere unless you're in the suburbs. Like kind of where I stay right now because I stay more in the suburbs. It's just more like housing and parks and stuff. The homeless people are not here, but I think whatever city you go into, if you're downtown, you're gonna see them. Like I'm sure Chicago downtown looks like that. I'm sure New York downtown looks like that. I just think that's where they reside. You know?
Yeah, no, yeah, it is all over the U.S. and the bigger problem in the main cities, just all
Yes,
over.
exactly.
Which
Yes,
is like
I
what
agree.
I remember where we used to work at. It's like homeless would break into our windows to
Yes.
steal the lunch. I don't even know if they was to steal the lunch, but they just broke the window and then left.
Well,
And
see,
it was
wait, I didn't even know that, but I know that those two corner stores, they used to just be sitting out there, like, yeah, it's
it was
horrible.
it was a cafeteria window they broke
Oh, I
into.
never knew that. They did that when you worked there just by yourself or when we had worked there?
Yeah, well, yeah, when I was working by myself, we had a
Okay.
lockdown for that, or like a secure or something like that. Because of what happened. Yeah, so and then when I was waking up by one, somebody was knocking at my door for like 30 minutes in Austin when I was living in there. And
Mm-hmm.
we called the police, and the police never arrived, and then just called back 30 minutes later to ask
What,
if the guy was
what
still
part of
knocking.
Austin did you stay in?
I was by I was by William Cannon. That was a bad day. It
I
was
don't know where that is. Was that like South Austin?
Yeah, it's like South Austin. And then I remember I would wake up one time. I was gonna go shoot with neighbor. We were gonna go shoot guns, because I said shoot sounds like drinks. Gonna go shoot guns. And as I was getting out of my apartment, there was a shirtless guy under the stairs doing circles, walking in circles. And
Mm.
I'm like,
I never really was fun to South Austin because I stay like East Austin, but even where I stay, like that apartment that you came to, it was a nice apartment, but it was definitely the apartment next to us was not the best apartment.
mm,
But I never was a fan of South Austin, and I said if I did ever move back to Austin, it would definitely be North Austin. It would be like Pflugerville or Brown Rock. Like my
oh
friends
yeah,
say,
it's north.
yeah, so it would like be more up north. But like I said, I'm trying to like stay interested and just try to at least get what I might need from Houston right now and just kind of find what makes me happy here. And I also think that I need to reevaluate my friend circle here. And so I think I'll do that by actually doing things that I love. And that's how you get out and connect with people because
True.
I,
And I remember something you told me that I liked a lot, and that was like an advice that your father had given you, or something that you took as an advice,
yes,
but always
yes.
smiling or just having a good attitude towards
No,
things. What
he
was
was
that?
telling me, remember I told you when I moved back to Houston, I had told him a few months ago how I wasn't happy here and that I had moved back for him. And he said that basically that wasn't a good enough reason for me to move back and that I should go where I'm happy. And he was like, if this is just not where you're happy, then you should go wherever you're happy. And when I told him where I really wanted to be, which is California, he was like, then I think you should go. Like if Cali's where you want to go, then I think you should go. So he's just really about like my dad has always been about kind of like living your life for you and doing whatever makes you happy, even if comes at the point of disappointing others. And I think that'd be my whole issue. Like I hate to disappoint people. So it's like sometimes I'll give myself the short end of the stick to make sure that I'm not disappointed. But it only leads to like less fulfillment on my end, less satisfaction on my end. So like I don't know. Like that, and he told me once we were at the park and we were like sitting outside. I mean, like sitting outside and just looking at people pass by. And he had said, like, mind you, my dad is 79. So he said, wow, life has really beat that man up. And I said, why did you say that? And he was like, just look at him, you can tell. And so I really was looking at the man, and he did look just like, he just looked like he was carrying a lot that you couldn't physically see. And so, but he was of older age too. And so he was basically saying like life got the best of him, and it's important to like you don't let life win, you have to win at life. And that's kind of the narrative that I try to live by now. So whenever I feel like life trying to take me down, try to be like switch the story and be like. So anytime like, and I think like life trying to take you down in all kind of ways, it'll trick your mind into like depression, it'll trick your mind into anxiety, it'll trick your mind into like happiness, not feeling at peace. How you doing? And I think I'm good. I think that you have to always stay grounded. And I think like coming for me, coming back to like places like this, like being outside in nature without like distractions. Like all I see is trees and I mean the people that's passing by, but like everybody that's passing by is passing by with their dog or they're passing by with an individual, they're having a conversation. Like nobody's on their phone that I pass by. Like everybody's just really just enjoying being present. And I think this is what brings me back to groundness. But whenever I do feel like life is like trying to take me overboard or my emotions are trying to, I guess, like make me feel un- uneased, I just try to tap into what brings me happiness. Like I found happiness in doing puzzles lately. Like that's something I started recently, but I actually really love to do puzzles. And I love to spend time outside, you know?
What kind of puzzles? Like jigsaws?
Wait, what's jigsaws? I just
Um,
forget what's jigsaws.
Jigsaw is the one that has like 100 pieces, and then you make a picture out of it, like putting everything together.
Oh, okay. So it is jigsaws, but the most I've gotten is 500. I haven't did 1,000.
Damn, that's still a lot more than me.
Yeah, but you know you have to start small. And honestly, when you do puzzles, it's not something you should plan. If it's kids passing by, so I'm gonna just wait till they finish.
Mm. Yeah, you hear the people look. But that's
Uh,
nice.
you said what?
That's nice. Now your new hobbies are
You
sound
know for
healthy.
sure. And I want to learn how to play tennis for Christmas. I asked when my aunt asked me what I wanted, and I wanted to learn how to play tennis. So she bought me a tennis set, like with the balls, the rackets, and everything. So I actually want to learn how to play tennis. It's just been hard for me to learn because it's so hard to find a free tennis court. Like most tennis courts are in like nice neighborhoods, and you have to have like a resident access, or like tennis courts. There's just not free tennis courts out here, you know.
Hmm.
But I was gonna say, oh, I was saying a puzzle. I don't believe a puzzle is meant to. It's like a Lego piece too. It's like you can. I mean, you can finish it in one day if you like, but I usually start a puzzle and I come back to it. Like I'll do what I would do, and then if I feel like it's becoming too stressful or like my brain is becoming less of enjoying this and more so I'm stressed about finishing it, I'll just put it down and come back to it the next day. And I'll just do it over a course of time until I complete it. Because the goal is like you're still satisfied when you complete it, no matter how long it takes you to complete it, as long as you complete it. You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah, it sounds to me like you're in a journey of either healing or like self learning, like acknowledgement, like just a journey.
I
Self,
am.
no.
I think I'm in both. I think that's why I said I don't really want to leave people. Ooh, I'm sorry, Cash.
We're stepping
I
on
said
people.
no. His harness fell and then it scared him.
Oh,
But Cash, come on, baby. That's why I said I don't really want to leave Houston because a lot of trauma happened here. I think there's a lot of healing that I need to do here before I try to leave again. Because I
that's
think
cute.
when I leave the next time, I don't Like I can't keep carrying this trauma with me, and that's why I say it's like wherever you go, it's gonna follow me. And so if I've been placed back in this exact city where I mean, I went to elementary here, middle school, high school, and even like initially going to college, not in Houston, but I mean, I went to college like an hour away. And so it's like Houston has so much like familiarity to me, which is another reason why I didn't want to come back because I just wanted new. Like I wanted a new group of friends, a new environment, a new place where nobody knew me, like, and let me just start new. But I did realize, or I do realize that like there's a lot of trauma connected to this place, and I think I'm gonna always view Houston as something negative if I don't heal that trauma. And I think if I heal that trauma, it'll become a place that even I might be able to view it as positive, or just coming back and visiting won't seem so dreadful. But I think right now it's so dreadful, and it's a place I don't like because it's just like a lot of stuff like that happened here that I haven't dealt with. And I think that's why I'm trying to like stay here and just find what brings me peace. And like I'm a very spiritual person. I do believe in God. So it's like that comes into factor too of why I feel like I might be called back to this place. Um, but I know like the next time I leave, I said like I don't want to be carrying baggage into a new place. Like if it's gonna be a new place, I want it to be a new place. So times like this, like today, sitting outside, it's a lot of reflecting. Like sometimes I take my dog for a walk and I'll leave my phone at home and I'll literally go for a walk. And then it's just I'll just be in my own thoughts. And in those thoughts I'm either reflecting or doing a lot of self accountability. Because I think accountability, sometimes we put ourselves in our own situations and we're quick to blame somebody else, like, oh, they did this or oh, they did that. But it's kind of like you also have control over yourself too. So I, I'm in a space where I'm taking a lot of self accountability. I'm also doing a lot of like reflection and self awareness because I really just want to become the best version of me, you know? And so whatever that journey looks like, I'm willing to take it. And right now, even if this is not the place that I feel is, I don't feel like Houston is my favorite, but I do believe that I'm supposed to be here right now. So it's up to me to either like be bothered about being here and just like complaining, or it's on me to do things like today and like be sort like it's okay to have friends in Austin, but it's like just like you created that friend circle in Austin, you can create a friend circle here too. It's like you just have to get out and do things that you love. You know, right now I haven't exposed myself to enough places that I like. So I'm not meeting the people I like. Like in Austin, I was going to like poetry slams and I was hiking on trails. I was just doing things that really wasn't what I was used to doing in Houston. And I feel like I came back to Houston and I started doing what was familiar. Because it's a familiar place, I just started doing what was familiar, not realizing like you outgrew the familiar in you. So you can't apply it just because you're back in this familiar place. You apply the things that made you a better person. So the things that made me a better person is like the version of Ebony that I was in Austin, or like the things that brought me peace in Austin. So it's like you have to find those things here too. You know, it's like I think peace is wherever you allow it to be. You get what I'm saying? And I think like you are in control of your peace, and life is gonna life regardless. Like you can't stop. You can't stop life. Like, and I really don't stress about like I told somebody the other day, if you're a person that's stressed, not like talking to them specifically, but I was generally speaking about like, this topic to someone. And I was just like, if you're a person that like probably stressed or you worry about things easily, I was like, I'm probably not the person to be in your circle because I take things very lightly. It's like a lot of people not getting that deep into it, but a lot of people are like upset about this election. It's like I don't got time for think about all this. Like in this world, I understand that, but it's like he's the freaking president now. Like, what can I do about it? Like, what is talking about him all day gonna do for me? Like, it's not gonna do anything. So, just I worry about the things I can't control, and if I can't control it, it's out of my control. So, in this situation, I can control coming to the park and sitting at the park. I can control where I go, so I can create a better circle of friends in Houston. I can create. I'm in control of the experience that I have in Houston. I can either hang with old friends and do old things that made me leave the first time, or I can go through a season of loneliness because I think that's what I'm scared of. Like being in Houston, I know I'm about to have to go through a season of loneliness, and that scares me because a lot of my friends that I have, I just don't feel that they align with who I've become. And so letting go of those friendships is hard because I don't have any other friends here. So it's going to cause me to kind of do things by myself for a minute. It's going to cause me to be lonely for a minute. But I'm at a place where it's like either I'm have to suck that up and be lonely, or I'm just going to keep going in circles. Like if you do old things, you're going to get the same outcome. So I once heard somebody say nothing changes as nothing changes. So if you don't change something, it doesn't change. You get what I'm saying? So if you want a different set of friends, Ebony, you have to do what you have to do to get a new set of friends. Like if you want better income, you have to apply yourself. It's just you're in control of what you're in control of. And I think we underestimate how much control we have over our life because society make us feel like, oh, we don't have control. But it's like you actually have a lot of control in your life. Like you could get up and leave if you wanted to today. Like you don't have to live here. Like you don't have to be here. You don't have to drive that car. Like you don't have to do a lot of things that society make you think that you have to do. But it's a mindset thing, you know? And I'm in a place of freeing my mind from that that prison mindset of what I think I'm supposed to be having or supposed to be doing. And like also being this age, people be telling you, "Oh, you're this age, you could have a kid, you should have been married by now." Like, one mom told me the other day, like, you know what I was doing at 30? I bought my first house, and it's like, okay, girl, like life is different. Like it's different from when you were coming up. Like homes were a lot cheaper. Like so I think if you get away from societal pressures, because I feel like there's a lot of pressures to do things, become things, that it'll leave you unhappy. Like, or you'll literally drain yourself trying to reach those things or those goals that society say you're supposed to have because you're this age. And you're just not enjoy things like today. Like, I'm just literally being present. It's like, and I'm enjoying today. Like, I'm not even doing nothing. I haven't even spent no money yet. But I'm just like, I'm more at peace doing it than if I would have went to happy hour with somebody or went to the club. It's like this is more peaceful for me, So I do the things that bring me peace. Just like I came to Austin for my birthday. It's like that brought me peace to hang with my friends. Like that felt like genuine connections. So yeah, I said a lot. I know I said I know. I must say I said a lot, but
You did,
I'm
but
just
that's fine. It was
that's just
incredible.
the era that I'm in my life right now. I'm in a very reflective period. So with that comes a lot of things that I share because I'm just spending most of my time reflecting and just reflecting. So
Yeah, no, that's incredible. It sounds like you're definitely in a path of self-reflection, and it sounds to me like you want to improve whatever holding you back and
yeah,
pushing a lot of yourself before ever leaving Houston. Like you wanna,
yeah,
if you wanna leave, you wanna leave blank,
yeah,
with a new start, fresh, with all
yeah,
your traumas and past and everything behind.
yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, it was cool. Like you wanna move on properly by being in the place that started it all.
Right. Absolutely.
It's
That's
really
really what it
cool.
is.
It's poetic in a way, in its own way. I mean,
So,
definitely change of scenery help you, but I know how I made you. I made you in Austin. So Austin didn't work out for you. You decided to go back and Houston, you're like back to ground zero. Like,
right.
between everything.
Mm-hmm. Cause it's so
Cool.
crazy. 'Cause when I first got here, it was like I was doing DoorDash when I first got here, and so like it was like odd the way things were working. It's like every time I did a DoorDash, it was taking me to like something old in my life.
Oh yeah.
Meaning like it was taking me to like one day I delivered to a neighborhood where an ex stayed, and I'm like, how did I end up over here? But I just obviously picked up the order and just went here. But I said that to say like I started paying attention to that, and it made me think that okay, you can rewrite your story. Like I'm here to rewrite my story. Somebody's about to pass with music, so I'm gonna stop for a second.
So I barely hear it. It's like a background. Oh, never mind. It's getting closer.
Yeah, they gone now. But I was gonna say, oh, I forgot what I had said last.
Man, I forgot to. I was paying attention to the music. You said something about you were driving for Uber, driving to
Oh, yes,
all street.
it just showed me that I can rewrite my story. And I look at Houston as such this negative place because of who I was one when I was here, the things I did, the people and things like just is it I just have this negative association with Houston. And it's like when I was doing these door dashing and it was taking me back to these old places, it made me realize that like even you left and you grew. So whatever you thought you was the last time you was at this place, you're no longer that person. So it's like you have to accept that and rewrite the story and rewrite the narrative of Houston. Houston doesn't have to be this negative place. You get what I'm saying? It's like you just allowing yourself to only see that. But it's like if you just surround yourself in places that's gonna change that viewpoint, or just like I said, going back to old places and knowing that like, I used to be that person when I was doing X, Y, and Z here, but it's like, wow, you've grown so much and more so appreciate that part. Like you can appreciate the growth rather than like letting the old place remind you of who you used to be. That's what I think it is. It's like I come back to Houston and it's just like, especially because I was bit easily swayed into old habits. And when I say old habits, things like I had started like smoking. I had started like drinking again, like heavy. I had started like wanting to go to the club. It was just like I'm hanging with old friends that like I used to do those things with. And it's like it felt good in the moment, but then it was like when I would go home, it's like I was back lonely. And so it made me just be like, if you can be in an old place and you can make something new out of it. But also like I'm just the author of my story. So it's like I can rewrite this. It's like who you was when you left if you're not the same girl. So all that trauma you thinking about, that like mistakes you made while you were here, all of this X, Y, and Z, it's like you're not her no more. So it's like allow who you are today to thrive here and not be so like caught up in the past of like that girl you were when you last lived here. And I think that's something I'm working on too. And with that comes like an adjustment of friendships. Like all my friends don't live here. Like all my authentic friends that I feel like I have, y'all are in Austin. And then like I have a friend I also met in Austin, but he moved back home as well, which is Shreveport, Louisiana. And it's like so I don't have him either. And so it's like a lot of my friends are not here. And so it can get lonely here. You know, I told people all the time, like, I reflect and been like, oh, I moved back home to be closer to my family or be closer to my dad. But my birthday really showed me in a good way. Like, I did cry on my birthday, but it wasn't like these horrible, horrible tears. But I did feel like, as much as I, you know, tried to come back here to be closer to family, my birthday showed me that, like, dang, I really do feel lonely here still. And it's like, even because we're family near, I don't feel that attached to them, and so it's still like a space of war or lack there. So I'm just in the era of really not that I'm rediscovering me, but applying the version of Ebony that I had become to this familiar place, and knowing that you don't have to go back to those old habits or those old friendships to feel a sense of like community. You can create a new community here, and it's okay to be whatever version you are now here. You know, so I'm going through that, and it's a tug of war because you know, like I'm human, so I have emotions, but at the same time, I'm aware. Like I have high awareness too, so I'll get there. You know.
Wow. Yeah. I just listening. That's a lot, but it's very nice. Very
Mm.
nice journey you're going through. I'm thinking, is there a time where you feel you're gonna be ready to leave the nest? Let's say ready to leave Houston, or is that still maybe too far? Or if it does happen, you'll just rather stay.
I definitely think there's gonna come a time where I'm ready to leave the nest. Absolutely. I'm ready to leave the nest now. But
Yeah.
I know it's something that I shouldn't jump the gun and do. Because then I think I might end up right back here because I think it's a reason why I'm here. Like
Mhm.
it's some things that needs to be resolved before I go to this new place. And I'm saying, oh, I want to go to the new place. I want these new communities. Thank you. I want to go to these new places. I want to make this new community. I want to do this. And it's like, you can't do that carrying old baggage. So regardless of where I go, unless I really leave this baggage where it belongs, which is Houston, and also not review, but like see the baggage in a different way, a new place still not going to feel new, because it's like I'm still going to go with like the old habits and the old things. So I definitely think that there is going to come a time where I'm going to want to leave the nest. I personally would hope and pray that it's sometime soon. I ain't gonna say sometime soon. I'm gonna say soon. Then I'm just say soon. I can't really see myself staying and be like, never mind. But who knows? Like maybe if I heal myself and I see Houston in a different way, maybe I'll be like, you know what, Houston is really not that bad. Maybe I think Houston is this bad just because of how my mindset is currently. It's like I haven't, but maybe once I successfully do the healing part and like the healing part, the letting go of the baggage, the lifting the load off of me, maybe Houston will become like a place that's like, hmm, maybe it's not that bad. I could stay for a few years. But I do, I do believe that this is still not my end all be all because my aspiration and the life that I dream of is bigger than Houston. So I said that to say, like, I can definitely see myself leaving the nest. I would hope that it's soon. But with healing, maybe I could stay longer than I think I could. But the end goal is I would never probably, this is not where I would die. Like, I don't know what my time is, but I want to be somewhere else. Like, I want to, like, it's so much more to life. I lived here my whole life. I lived in Houston from age 7 to 26 or 27. So I lived here for 20 years. And it's like, I want more than this, And
Yeah.
Houston was a good place to experiment my opportunities because it's a place, it's a huge place. Like it's a thriving place. It's the second biggest state. It's a metropolitan city. Like it's a great city to be. But because I have already experienced this life, my my heart yearns for something even bigger than this. So I definitely think I'm gonna leave the nest. And right now, like I really think of Cali a lot, California a lot. But again, and when I say California, it's more like the San Diego and the Santa Barbara type of areas. But that could change too. But you just never know. You never know. So I definitely see myself leaving in this. Absolutely.
For sure, you'll never know. That's an interesting answer. I
Yeah.
was listening to. That's a lot of growth that you're gonna be going through. And yeah,
Mm-hmm.
plans can change always. Could be San Diego, could be California, could be Idaho, could be the
Right. Could be exactly.
backdrop here.
Right. You never know. Maybe I'll be like, oh, I do want to stay in Texas. I just want to live in the country. Like you just never know. It's like anything can change. And I think that's why I'm trying to focus on being present.
You think there's a
Like,
time limit or you'll just feel it?
I think the old version of me yes, I think that's what I'm operating on. I think the old version of me used to operate off of time limits. Excuse me. But now I need that hunch. Like, I need that, okay, I think this is the time. You know what I'm saying? Because I can foresee a timeline. Like, I'm currently in school. I found out that I actually graduate in May of next year. So I'm in my senior year. And with that comes the possibility to branch off and get a job down within my field that's outside of Texas. So that could be a timeline. I could be like, oh, when I graduate, I'm gonna look for somewhere else. But I think that I want to wait for that. I want to wait for when I feel like it's the time, like that nudge.
Right. And it's like taking it easy right now. You're not
Yeah.
stressing yourself and accomplishing like a, what do you call it? Like a stone or like a mile? Like,
A milestone.
yeah, milestone. There you go. I was mixing the words.
You're right. You said
Yeah, it's not
stone
like,
mile.
it's not milestone. It's just living to it, right?
All
Just
right.
peacefully, like in nature with your dog and then just reflecting as you as you go on day by day.
And I think if you focus so much on the present, and it's something I'm working on because sometimes I'll be like, oh, I don't want to be here. So I try to think so far into like planning. How can I get out? Like, okay, you graduate get this month. Maybe you can start. Like, I start trying to do that. But it's like it takes away from being present. And if you take away from being present, I feel like that's what leads to the unhappiness and the lack of fulfillment. Because in this moment, all I'm thinking about is I'm on the phone with you and I'm sitting outside right now. I'm not thinking. I don't even think about what I'm about to eat. Like, I know what I'm about to eat, but I'm saying I'm not like. Well, I'm saying I'm not even thinking about tomorrow. Like, I'm just really enjoying being present. And I think that when you don't operate like in the present, it's so easy to just feel like anxiety or depression and anxiety to me comes from both. Like, not being a lack of being present. Depression is you're thinking too much about the past. And then anxiety is you're thinking too far into the future. So it's like if you be present, not to discredit anybody who's going through either one of those emotions, because I too have been diagnosed with depression before. It's just that you could like more so minimize those feelings if you just be present. You know what I'm saying? And I just think presence is the most important thing. Like it's almost like having a conversation with somebody. How can I have a conversation with you, truthful conversation with you, and be thinking about tomorrow, what I'm gonna eat tomorrow, what I'm gonna do tomorrow, how work gonna go? It's like my mind. You can do it, but it's just like you're not giving your the current situation your all. You know.
Correct. That's
Thank you.
great. The people in the back here, what are they? What are they just commenting when you talk as they walk by? A nice dog.
Yes.
That's what I hear sometimes. Nice dog.
He just wants to play. I totally understand. He does too. He's just quiet. He's a less little vocal about it. Right. And he's like that. He doesn't realize how big they are until they start playing. Yes, they are. Like somebody, they Cash always get compliments. I think he gets more attention than I get. Like somebody complimented him earlier, was like, "He's so well behaved," and then the lady just said, "Wow, he's just sitting there. Like he's such a good puppy."
Are you sitting down right now? Oh, bitch.
Yeah, cause no, I'm able to take him off the leash, and he'll literally just sit. Like he
That's
doesn't
nice.
move. Yeah.
Oh, well.
Um,
What's the name of your dog?
Cash. It was Cashew at first because when I first got him, he looked like a cashew, like literally the cashew nut. But then he got lighter as he got older, and so I just dropped the EW and just left Cash. So his name is Cash.
That's the name of a rock and roll star. Yeah, Johnny Cash.
Uh, I say he's my broke best friend because his name is Cash, but he ain't never got no money. But always taking my money.
Mm-hmm. That's dogs, that's pets, that's kids.
Right.
For some
You're about to be
people,
a
friend.
father, Damian.
Yeah, it's gonna be nice. It's gonna be
I
fun.
know. I cannot wait to see the baby.
Yeah,
Whenever
it's
y'all
gonna be fun.
do. Whenever I want to see who he comes out looking more like.
I know, right? It's always a more fun part.
Yeah.
Like, how is he gonna look like? And with hair, what hair?
Right. What if he comes out with a lot of hair? Because he looks like, if it's up to your genes, he looks like he definitely would come out with a lot of hair.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. Well, when I was born, I came out bald.
Oh, wow. I think your baby's gonna be actually very beautiful though. Because when I think about you and Charlene mixed together, I think that's gonna be a very beautiful
Yeah,
baby. Because
it's gonna be
I
me.
also, yes. And I also think because what y'all are, like Charlene is Haitian and you are Mexican, and it's just like I think those coming together will be like it's different from just like black and white. You know, it's like Haitian to me is their own type of
Mm-hmm.
people. You
Yeah,
know,
it'll be cute. I
yeah.
think it's gonna look more like a. I always joke that it's gonna look like Brazilian or Colombian because I mean they're very with
Um.
with like I don't know, but like black and brown, they were
Oh,
mixed
okay.
together.
That's I definitely think y'all baby's gonna be like caramel, but like
Yeah,
I ain't gonna say
like that.
like, but that light caramel. Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, that's
I
what
don't
might
think.
happen.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna be dark or light. I just think he's gonna, and I don't think he's gonna even be like my skin. So I think he's gonna be lighter than me, but
But
he's not
imagine
gonna.
if it did come out dark. That'd be funny for me.
That would be
Like if
funny.
I carry him around the store, it's gonna look very different.
Yeah. Like, did you steal that baby?
Yeah. Yeah, like I've seen videos of that where there's like a white mother and black son or the opposite. And then
Mm-mm.
they get
They
like
probably
questioned
they
in
probably
there.
adopted though. They probably adopted that child.
Yeah, mainly like those questions or like those glances like,
How y'all doing?
yeah, I'm excited. I'm gonna be I know that I'm gonna play with them a lot. It's very
When's her due date?
we're in April. But you never know. It could be at the end of March. You never know.
Wow, that's crazy. That's why I was so shocked. That's why I had to text you and be like, "Are y'all having a baby shower?" Because I was like, he told me that they were having a baby a long time ago. I'm like, she's about to be due. Like,
Yeah.
y'all having a y'all most most people. I ain't gonna say most people, but because I've never actually been to a baby shower. Well, I lied. I have. No, I haven't. But I would assume that people would do it closer. I mean, like a 6 month mark or maybe like a 5 month mark, not literally the 8 month mark. You know?
Mhm. Yeah. I mean, that's true. I never thought about that. But it's like that kid is ready to come out. I feel he kicks a lot. Every time I put my hand over it.
Hopefully, hopefully, especially since she's kind of like scared. Hopefully, it's an easy birthing. Like, hopefully, it's a quick birth. Like, he
Right.
just he just shoots out. You know,
That's what I told her. Like hopefully he crawls out on his own with a kick.
like he's like, yeah, the way you say he kicks, maybe he just will do that. You know,
Like, it's crazy when the doctor I think Shalene was telling me that and the doctor also said the normal birth is like could last 24 hours. Yeah. And then after 24 hours, that's when doctor start worrying and thinking about plan Bs. But 24 hours is like the average or the limit.
I feel like 24 hours is a long time anyway.
Which is
It's
crazy
like
still like, to give birth for 24
no, for sure.
or 16, like your friend was telling us. Oh, what was it?
Yeah,
8 hours,
sure.
16? I don't know what she said.
I wonder how fast I came up. I wouldn't even know, but that's an interesting question.
And I would never ask for me.
I know I was born at nighttime though.
At nighttime, I was born. Do you know what day? Like day
Your
of the
birthday?
week? No, like day of the week was it?
Oh,
'Cause I
for
know.
me, I was
Yeah.
born on a Monday, I think.
No, wait, me too. On a Monday,
Really?
at like 6 a.m. or 3 a.m. something like that.
Oh, okay. So you were kind of
3 a.m.
like
or 8 a.m.
closer to Sunday night. I was closer. I was like at 7 or 8. I don't know if it's late 7 or it was early 8, but I was more in that range of PM.
So you know what? When Monday comes, and I hate Monday because it's back to work. I remember, but I was born on Monday. I can handle it.
Uh,
I was born ready. It was
well, you
born.
about to like y'all life is literally about to change. You have a baby on the way.
Yeah.
Charlene is about to be a stay at home. So is she gonna like for into 2? Is that when y'all gonna like actually try to enroll him in school at that time?
Yeah, we'll kind of see how it goes. Right? Maybe 1 year if he can go to like one of those people that keeps your kids or
The big
2 years.
You
Yeah.
said one of the people that keeps your kids.
Whatever you call it. Kid keeper. Oh,
Kid keeper, wow, Damian.
I think you should
Kid keeper.
go to school. But the goal is for the baby just to grow at least the first year with a smile. Really good.
That's
Be
really
15.
cute. So that's really
Yeah.
cute because a lot of things could shift for Charlene too, especially how she's talking about, like how it is at the school. Like she could have a change in career choice by the time. You just never know, you know?
Yeah. Never know. Hope that everything goes well. All right.
It will.
Oh, but that's what.
I think she's pretty healthy. I think she's gonna have a good birth because she's healthy, like as far as like supplements, taking like her little fresh squeezed juice, things like that. So I think it'll actually be.
Oh yeah, the doctor recommended her take lots of protein, so she's not taking protein shakes every
Oh, okay.
day. Like trying to force herself to eat more. 'Cause the baby's
Uh,
small. It's very cute, but very small.
what,
Grow
like,
more.
how many pounds?
4,
Oh, mm,
and that's very small. But like well, I was investigating that because it's small for American. If it's below that, like below 5 or something, it's like very small for the hospitals, and then they put it in. I risk just watching it, but I was looking into like Asian babies, what the average for Asian woman. But for Asian, it's like 5.5 pounds. 5 pounds is the average.
What about what's the average for Hispanics?
Oh, that's a good question. I should look it up. Let me look it up because she has both Haitian parents, so she's still pretty certain genes. And then me too. I have two Mexican parents. So let me see. It's the average weight.
That's for me, baby.
Mexican baby. Oh, 7 pounds.
Okay, because I
Well,
think I was like 7 pounds when I came out.
7 pounds according to Wikipedia. That's interesting. Yeah, because for Americans, it's like a lot of people are getting this 9 pound and 10 pound over babies.
No, now that's crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Like Charlene actually might be happy. Well, of course, like praying that the baby doesn't come off, like but a 4 pound baby to push out a 4 pound baby versus a 9 pound baby. Shoot, I'd rather the 4 pound baby.
That's like
Like, because now not pushing out 9 pounds. Wow, it's crazy.
I'm gonna say, and then she said, "Well, still pushing out a baby." That's girl, that is still crazy.
Right. I was gonna.
Easy.
What kind of protein is she taking? Because I be taking protein shakes every day too. Well, I take protein shakes after I run to preserve my muscles.
Hey, that's good. Get the muscles. It's the same one that I used to call Joko protein shake. Oreo
Is it?
flavor.
It's Oreo.
Oreo.
Ooh, is it dairy or is it dairy free?
Let me see. Joko protein. I think it's dairy, to be honest. Yeah, it's dairy. From my memory, it's dairy.
Okay.
Because what are you doing, like vegan?
Yeah, I don't eat dairy no more.
No, then I think this is definitely dairy. Good job.
Because I like Oreo. That's why I like Oreo. The one I have right now is a dairy free one, but Cash, come here. It's a vanilla.
Mm, it says grass-fed protein. So I guess that's not dairy.
Oh, that's not. I mean, that is dairy. Wait, grass. So it's no like milk or like whey or anything in it.
Because this one is the powder form, so it's going to be whey protein, whey,
Oh, okay, then that's dairy. Whey
egg
is dairy.
whites protein, crushed cookie pieces.
Send me a picture of that still though.
Reading.
Like just a brand, or just you could just text me the brand name.
Oh yeah, it says contains milk and egg.
Where did you get it from?
It's get it from Amazon. Like they have their own webpage, but it takes a little longer to get to me, or maybe a little pricier, just about like by $5 more. But in Amazon, it comes really quick. But it's either Amazon or their webpage, Joko Fuel.
You're gonna have to text that to me because I don't know exactly.
Oh yeah.
Or you said like yeah.
I mean,
Because Oreo. Now I don't try to eat dairy, but like I want something other than vanilla, and I've been scared to get like chocolate flavored. Because when it comes to dairy free protein, I've only been seeing vanilla and chocolate, and I don't be wanting chocolate because I don't always want a chocolate smoothie. You know. So
these guys have a lot of flavors. They got the peanut butter and chocolate, or the chocolate only, vanilla. They got also strawberry. They got flavors, but I like this brand. I've tried. I think.
Is it chalky?
No, that's not. It's super easy. It just breaks really easy in the bottle. It doesn't leave like a aftertaste either. I haven't tried many proteins except this one, but this one is very good. It's like they try their best to use good ingredients. Yeah,
that's why I was asking. The one I use is a dairy free, but it's protein in green. So I like that part of it. You know.
No, this one has no greens, but they do say they have digestive enzymes and probiotics.
I was just gonna say you probably got probiotics and anything.
Oh, so that's good.
Yeah.
Get the protein. So are you taking protein too?
How you doing?
Yeah,
Good. You said yes, I am taking protein, but like I said, I only take it for after I run to preserve my muscles, but also like drinking like when you're trying to, I guess, lose weight but keep your muscle. it's important to like have a high protein quality intake because that's what helps preserve the muscles. Because if you
Hmm.
lose weight, you'll just also lose the muscles too. You know. So
Yep.
I run and then I make me a protein shake. But my eating has decreased a lot because I am trying to lose weight in my stomach. So that is like today I've only had a protein shake and I did these little granola bars that I started eating. It's like dates, peanut butter, and something else. It's like four ingredients, but I ate that.
Oh, I think I know which one you're talking. Like it's a like a very simple package with only words.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
what's that one?
It literally says four. It says I think
Yeah,
on it
four
says
ingredients.
simple. Yes, yes,
Yeah, it says egg whites, this many egg whites, and this many dates, and this many. Yeah, I like that
yes.
one a lot.
So I ate that, and that's all I ate. And then, like I said, for dinner, I'm gonna make my tilapia, some roasted potatoes. I'm probably gonna air fry the potatoes because I already diced them and seasoned them, and then I'm probably gonna bake the tilapia, and then I have the broccolini. I'll probably just steam the broccolini. So that'll be my dinner. But I've been trying to eat healthier. Of course, I'll always be active because I have a dog, but my activity has increased because dealing with that asthma for 2 months left me sitting down for 2 months. Like,
Hmm.
like not really being able to be as active. And then I was also starting to eat bad. So I was easily gaining weight again. So trying to work on that. I try to run five days a week, but at least 4 days a week. And then I rotate doing a mile and a half to a mile every day. And then along with that, I'm also
Well,
walking my dog 3 times a week.
that's good. You're not taking breathing to breathe, like I don't remember what the word is. You take
No,
advantage of it that you can breathe.
the nebulizer, the breathing treatment, at home breathing treatment.
Hmm. You
Yeah,
take advantage of that. Yeah, that's good.
yeah. Well, I haven't had to do that since I've actually like went to the ER, but I have maintenance inhaler. Like I have a Buterol inhaler too, but that's only for like emergencies. So I actually have a maintenance inhaler that I'm supposed to take twice a day. I take it in the morning and I take it in the evening. And then I have this pill called Singulair, and it's for asthma too. It like reduces the inflammation in your lungs or something. So I'm basically on that. It's like a steroid inhaler and
Mhm.
that pill. And so I kind of just take that. And so far, I've been able to like stay active and do things that when during those 2 months I couldn't do. Like walking Cash was like I wouldn't be able to walk him like long distances. It was gonna be quick and almost like sometimes we
Right.
having to go to the backyard. You know,
You think that is ever curable? Like, is asthma a thing that gets cured, or is it just a thing that you live with? Like,
I think it's the thing you live with. But one thing I think is I think you can probably build your lung capacity back up, which is kind of what I've been trying to do. That's why I say like when I first started getting back into working out, instead of just running straight, I was doing jogging and walking on an incline on the treadmill indoors. And I just think like I think when building your lung capacity back up, it makes it easier. But they were also telling me at the doctor that sometimes asthma is worse in certain seasons for certain people. So I could be a person that because they said that my bronchitis triggered my asthma because I've never had asthma, so they was probably like that's what triggered it. But they did say sometimes people are more easily affected in certain temperatures. I think like the cold, some people are easily more affected. But I don't know. Like I don't because it's your lungs. It's hard to say like I'm not taking this medicine. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like that's your lungs. Like I'm gonna take whatever it's gonna keep me breathing. But
yeah,
I think you can make your I think you can make your lung capacity better in the way your lungs run. I think you can make your lungs healthier by doing a lot of cardio exercise, aerobic exercises, like things like just even walking. It still builds your lung. Like the your lung capacity. So I don't know if it's completely curable, but I think that maybe with a healthier lifestyle, you could probably like minimize how many asthma attacks you actually have. Yeah.
yeah, that makes sense because I've been doing some deep breathing to help my lung capacity. I'm
Mhm.
not having trouble with when I don't know, just when I go on a jog or when I just go to sleep. I just have trouble
Um,
breathing.
mhm.
So
But you
it's,
also, what do you call it? Have you said the snoring is called what? A sleep apnea.
yeah, sleep apnea is definitely
So,
troublesome.
so that's kind of like double the trouble for you versus like I don't really have sleep apnea. Well, I don't think I have because I don't snore. So that's probably also interfering with your breathing. You know?
Yeah, because I wake up with a sore throat, even if I'm
Oh.
asleep. And so I've been, I've been reading a little bit about just breathing deeper and holding it, like take a breath and last 4 seconds and then release it for 4 seconds. And and breathe from your nose rather than your mouth every chance you get because your nose will
Hmm.
filtrate the air better than your mouth will. And that's just what I've been doing starting today. Just taking deeper breaths
Like
while I'm
I do
doing.
think breath work definitely helps. Like, because it helps with controlling your breathing and like properly breathing. You know, like I think when you have asthma, you'll realize how incorrectly you actually breathe. You know what I'm saying? So I think you trying to control and do breath work actually might help.
For sure. I think it's being healthy because when I was young, I felt a difference.
Yeah.
Like my nose opened up a little bit, but it was so close for a long time. It's just like I only got it after COVID, where just having trouble
Oh,
breathing.
oh, that sucks, man. So it was a response to COVID.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Oh, yeah, that's why I say even mine, it came after I had bronchitis. Now I did say my biological mom passed away from asthma attack, so I'm taking it a lot serious. But I never have been diagnosed. Like I ran track. I didn't like I've always been active. So
They,
maybe with age, my asthma just came with age. You know.
yeah, like a gene, like a dormant.
Mhm. Yeah, like exactly. Like it was lying dormant, and then I got the bronchitis, and it just woke it up for me.
Yeah, or it's like that's how I feel. Or maybe the lung got so weak from like a virus or something, and it just messed it up. Need to reset.
Mm-hmm.
That's what
You know.
I feel with me with COVID. It just messed me up. But at the same time, like, when I got COVID, it was like coincidence. I also got the vaccine. So first I got the vaccine, and then that same day I got COVID. Shirley and I, we both got the vaccine together, but also got COVID together. It just sucks because
Mhm.
we had both at the same time.
Where did you get COVID from?
From my flights when we were coming from China, which is crazy because we were in China for 2 years and we never got COVID. And then we went back to the US, and I'm sure we got it in the airplane because as soon as we got home, the next day we took the vaccine, but we got sick as well.
Well, supposedly they said like asthma symptoms take a few days to present themselves. Yeah, I think that's why they say like it's not an immediate response. So that means that like
I feel like
you could
flu.
have been you could have been exposed to COVID prior to like actually seeing the effects, but the effects just take a slower time to actually present themselves.
Could be. Yeah. I don't really remember how many days after go, being in the US I got it, but I do remember it was pretty soon after the flight.
Yeah,
And we were
it's
out and
probably
about.
that because that's an enclosed space. No, like there's no true circulation. You
Yeah.
know,
And with all the international people, but China did a good job at keeping everything locked down. Like barely any COVID because I never got COVID.
that's
Mm.
and that's crazy because they were trying to say COVID came from China.
And I warned my family about it, and like a couple of days after I warned them, then the US also got it. It
Um,
did start in the China first. I was the one telling my family what I say was happening. And they weren't like believing it because even I didn't know it was a virus. I remember seeing the streets empty and there was nobody outside. And
yes, I remember that too. That was crazy.
and it was kind of like that. And then just my workplace was like everybody stays at home. The leader says there's not it's recommended to stay at home. We're gonna but they never said what was happening. It was just very interesting. It was like a movie. Just everything, all the streets started to get coast. And that's when I was telling my parents, like, something going on in China because they're not telling us, but I don't see people here. So you better start stocking up on food. Because whenever I would go to the market, it was full and people were like stocking up like crazy. And I told my parents to do that, to do the same. And they did. Thankfully, they listened to me. And like maybe a week or two later, now the same thing was happening in America. Everybody was stocking up on food.
Mm.
It was like happened first. But yeah, Ebony, this has been a great conversation. I think it's
We
safe.
talked for almost 3 hours, Damien.
It's safe to call it you. Yeah, we did talk for almost 3 hours. It says here in my phone 2 hours 42 minutes.
It's 42. Mine say 2 hours and 49 minutes.
Oh, that's because you're looking at the. Yeah, no, we've been talking for long. The
Oh,
recording.
okay. But you're recording.
Yeah, because we started recording a little later.
Oh,
Yeah. Now I feel official because you know that Joe Rogan podcast goes for 3 hours.
I feel right.
It's
I
crazy.
love it. I love it. My first podcast. You have to
Yep.
send me the show. You have to send me like what are you on? Are you on YouTube? Do you post
Oh, I'm on everything. I'll
Ooh.
send it to you once I upload it. So it's everywhere. Each one. I got this one app where I upload it and then distributes to all of them at the same time. So
Oh,
it goes to YouTube as well. It goes to Spotify, Apple, and then a bunch of others that I just don't know with memory. But it does go and it uploads quickly, like in maybe 20 minutes
that's
after I send it.
dope.
But my
That's
YouTube, I think it's like just uploads. So it's not mess with it too much. But the Spotify one is the one that's like the place where I listen to them.
so you say you
But
listen to them and then you upload them.
no, afterwards, just to check on the audio quality. I I hear them after, well, before and after. But I use Spotify. What do you use for podcasts?
I use Apple Podcast.
Okay, so it's definitely gonna be there. But
I
the thing with that
I
one is that
I have a Spotify account too, but I just use that for music, so I could go there. But I just listen to all my podcasts using the podcast app on Apple.
well, okay, because you got the Apple Music.
Well, no, I don't have Apple Music. I have Spotify Music.
Oh, oh,
No
the
Apple
Apple.
Music for me.
I got Apple Music, but I'm getting out of it. Yes, just trying to cut back on expenses. Baby's
Me
coming.
too. I don't have any like streaming services other than Amazon Prime. I don't have no Hulu. I don't have any Netflix. I don't have none of that. You know.
Dang, I've been cutting down on Netflix too. I can feel like $30.
Right. I know
Wow,
it got crazy.
it did. And then Apple Music was also getting priced. They increased the price for like $1 or $2 for everything. I think even Netflix they increased it too. Just where I'm like, nah, that's enough. I'll just
Yeah.
I got my methods. Like, but yeah, you got an Apple podcast. You can see my podcast, but it has an old photo. For some reason, it never updated. I think it's like a photo of a banana and a crystal.
Okay. And what's it called?
Free Idea podcast on Spotify. It has a picture of like the guy in a suit, and his head is the world, and he's holding a light bulb, and there's some dirt and darkness. Super cool. Got that from AI. It was a really nice picture.
I'm gonna look at both because I want to see the picture.
Yeah.
I want to see a picture on Apple.
The first picture I got on Apple is just I just took any picture just so I could get started on the podcast. If I want everything to be perfect, so I just put put three things together that seem interesting, and I take a picture. So it's like a quartz crystal. I don't know what it is. It was the old thing.
It's literally an avocado, a crystal, and some banana.
An avocado, yeah.
I'm looking at it.
That's funny. Yeah.
I
All
want
right.
to listen. Congratulations, Damien. I just followed you.
Yeah.
I just followed you on podcast.
Nice. I got a follower. Congratulations on your first ever recorded podcast, and it's gonna be uploaded, so it's gonna be there.
Thank you. Thank you for actually inviting me to be a part.
Yeah, well, it was fun. I left. It got really deep at the
I
end.
know, right? Right.
Yep. It was all that self healing, and I think that there's more people in that boat. that when they
Right.
get into it, you're gonna feel somebody that's been there before. Hopefully, they
Right.
get out of something out of that too.
That's what I try to use my story, you know.
Yeah, it was really fun, and thank you for being here and everything.
Oh, thank you. I will see you next weekend.
Yeah, I'm going ahead and oh yeah, baby shower. I'm gonna stop the recording.